Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the stream. How are you all doing? Give me a second and then we'll get this thing going. Let me know if you can hear me all good in the chat. That was always very much appreciated. You can always drop a like on the video, whether you're watching this live or after the fact, guys. Very much helps out the channel and the algorithm. Yo, Orion, thank you for the love over on Twitter. Give me a second here, guys. Let me just make sure we're all shared out and then ready to go. We're actually going to get back and do a stream later as well. I know we're live now, but I mean a gaming stream. It's been like months. So the plan is to have a Twitch stream out a little bit later, and we're probably going to be doing some Outriders, guys. I picked that up yesterday, and we'll see what it's like. We'll see if it's any good. Give me a second here though, and then we'll get started. Yo, what's going on, Bob? Welcome to the stream. You can hear me all good? Sweet. Let me move this over here and we'll get chat up so I can see you guys. Get rid of some of these tabs as well. I've got too many tabs open. We're in Discord as well, aren't we? Let's pop it in there as well, man. Alright. There we go. Alright then, so we are in April now, guys. The bullish month after the bearish month. March is typically a bearish month, and now we're into April, which is typically a bullish month. So hopefully the bulls come out to play this month. Let's get that up there. Give me 2 minutes, guys, and then we will seriously get started because we want to have a little look at what's going on with ETH. Looking like it's about to break out and maybe make a new all-time high, which is great to see. Things looking good. We might have a little bit of bearish divergence, so we might have a pullback. We'll see, but we'll get into that in a second. Audio's coming through. Okay, music's not too overpowering, is he? Hopefully not. Where are we? Okay. Alright, then let's get this thing started then, man. Let's not mess around because we're going to be alive for about an hour or so. And then, let's hop over here. We're going to be doing a Twitch stream. I need a freaking shave. I know, but I'm rolling with it for a little bit, man. I'm going to see how disheveled and bearded I can get before I really have to get rid of it. Let's switch over here a second. You'll see. It's coming on. Oh, no, wrong one. It's coming on. It is coming, you know, the beard action is coming. I got my hairdresser's appointment, first one in like a year as well, for the 15th. So, oh my God, I cannot wait for that, man. I cannot wait. Yo, Ryan, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy? Let's hop over to the main scene then, shall we? Hold up a second. I need to make it so you guys see what's on the other monitor. Because I haven't got OBS set up at the minute on the gaming PC, so we'll just duplicate the screens and you guys can see. Alright then, alright. As always, guys, be sure to drop a like on the video. Very much appreciated. Helps out a lot as well. Might have to get the aircon on as well. I think I'm going to slap the aircon. Let me know if the aircon's too loud though as well. Give me a second. Because it's warm today. It is warm. I forgot, we're not plugged in. You'll have to let me know if that's too loud, guys. So yeah, People usually say it wasn't before, but I haven't used it for a while. And I swear it seems louder to me in my own head, but maybe not. So, all right, and how's everybody doing, man? You all good? You all good, Ryan? That's good to hear, buddy. That is good to hear. So, yes, gaming stream a little bit later, guys. We'll be here for about an hour or so, say. And then I'm going to hop off, have something to eat, and then I'm going to get live as well. We're going to play some Outriders. A little bit annoyed. Just got before we get into all the crypto stuff, a little bit annoyed. I thought Outriders was coming to Game Pass. It is day one, but not on the PC version. Like, bro, like what the frick? So I had to go and buy it on Steam. So you Square Enix, you know, you should be putting it on Game Pass for everything after bloody Avengers shit show. But yeah, we've got that, so we'll be checking it out later. What's going on, Tonelli? What's causing ONR plummeting? I don't know. I don't actually have any investments in it, but it might be due. If you're talking about the Orion protocol, are you talking about there, Tonelli? Yo, George, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. It's probably due to the ADA news, because, you know, people buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing, don't they? If that's what you're talking about. I don't really have a chart Orion, though, man. It's more just the fact that, you know, having a nice liquidity aggregator coming onto Cardano is a big thing. But it could be, like, say, a sell the news kind of situation, which is typical in the markets, isn't it, really? You know, people buy up prior to something happening and sell off as it happens, you know, gain a little bit of profit. It's typical. It'll usually bounce, if that's what you think you're talking about. Even though, like I say, I haven't done too much, well, done no marketing at all of Orion, myself, personally. How's everybody doing though, guys? Hopefully you're all good. So, right, let's have a little look at the markets today. We're into April. Obviously, typically a very bullish month, and obviously the market as itself is already looking like we're in a good position. I was talking about the Pi cycle top indicator, guys, the other day, which is still a little bit too close for comfort, but we do have a lot of other macro top indicators really giving us good indicators at the minute. So, you know, I'm still totally confident that we have plenty of room to run with Bitcoin. And the fact is, this indicator obviously has showed the top in the previous runs, but it was made after the previous bull runs. This wasn't an indicator that was created and then is shown to work. It's an indicator that's used past information, which obviously, you know, that's how you come up with good indicators, and applied to the runs. So you can see we do currently see us in this position where we are extremely close, but this can stay extremely close for a long time, even touch, pinch together. It's the crossover where we will typically see a macro top within Bitcoin, but obviously, like I say, this isn't set in stone, but I would really rather it stay a little bit further apart, if I'm honest. This is why I've all been up for this current pullback that we're in, that we're really trying to break out of now. I was all up for it carrying on for a while, just because of that simple fact of you know, allowing the cycle top just to get those moving averages split apart a little bit, and then we can see some continuation to the upside. Because at the end of the day, we don't want Bitcoin to just go on an incredible parabolic run in the short term, top out at like 70, 80k, and then have a blow-off top, and then we're into the bear market. I would definitely rather us have a short-term bear market, pullback, maybe run to 60k, 65k, pullback, sit around where we're trading now, trade between 40 to 60k for a month, and then have a breakout, and then we'll probably see a longer and higher bull run. But, you know, that's what I want to see personally. But I don't know if we're necessarily going to get... I think we're going to see another little run, and then we're going to see a pullback. I think we're going to see similar sort of movement to this last move, where we have a run, but it's not as big as the prior runs. I think we're going to have increasing amounts of pullbacks, because this is only our third major pullback now, really, in this run, where, you know, we're kind of making up time for the pullbacks we just really haven't had. We had a good amount of time where, you know, this is all we had for a long-ass time. And you got to remember, guys, 2017, we had multiple pullbacks. I think at least 6 of 30+%. I think we even had a 40% pullback in 2017. So pullbacks are expected and are great for the overall bull run as well. I haven't invested into SafeMoon. There's some red flags flying for me for SafeMoon personally. I haven't really looked into the team, if I'm honest. I haven't really looked into the development. I've only had a little graze of the project. And I must admit, there's red flags flying for me personally, and usually I'll need to take a deeper look. I wouldn't say don't invest. I'll never tell you guys what to do or what not to do because I'm not a financial advisor. Personally, at the moment, I won't be touching SafeMoon. I need to do more in research, personally. I know that some people have made some insane gains, but there's just some things I'm a little bit concerned about. You know what I mean? I like the idea of holders getting fees from people selling. There's almost a little bit of a punishment into selling, but that makes me worry. I've heard talk about one account holding more than 50%, which screams to me exit scam from developers, maybe, where, you know, perfect example, people hodl, because obviously they're getting gains from hodling, not just the price increase, but obviously the returns from the people who are selling. It just makes me worried that it's more for a short-term inflation on the price for an exit. But I need to look into it more. Like, I'm totally talking from an ignorant standpoint there because I've really... the most I've done is I've hopped onto CoinMarketCap, had a little look, had a look at the market cap, had a look at the circulating coins, and there's really no information on those at the moment, but I haven't really looked into the white paper, so I really probably should do that before I judge it. But I'm not investing as of now, and it's probably one that I'll probably just stay away from because the thing is, in a bull run, guys, with all the altcoins you've got now, you're going to miss some incredible gains. It's just inevitable. The only way you're not going to is if you've got enough money that you can throw money at every single freaking coin out there, which at the end of the day is not going to be the best. It's not the best way to do trading. You're just going to have to accept that there's going to be gems that you're going to miss out on, and I'm totally fine with that. You know, I've got enough altcoins really now, personally, for me to get into. I think I'm sitting at, I'm at plus 10. I think I'm at about 13, 14 altogether or something like that, which is more than enough for me to, you know, to, one, have the money to keep investing into other stuff, but two, to just keep track of stuff as well. When you got too many projects to watch, you'll end up messing up because, you know, you'll miss what's going on in the market. You'll make some bad trades. You'll pull out too early, pull out too late. You know, because you're not really able to work out what's going on because you've just got so many things to watch. So, personally, probably not going to invest into it. If I do a little bit more research though, and it looks something super fire, then maybe I will. But at the minute, not planning to. All right, let's get a BTC to USDT. We're going to be looking in the futures market as well, because I might be slapping a couple of trades today. I am currently waiting on ETH to see what ETH's doing at the moment as well. So, with Bitcoin, we was hoping that we were going to maybe play out this sort of ugly-ass cup and handle. We're going to clean this up in a minute. But we kind of did, but it really hasn't confirmed at all. And I think now we're at a point where maybe it's been invalidated. But it still might actually play out. If you do have a measured move play out from that, we'll be looking at a $65,000 Bitcoin, which is still pretty awesome. But whether or not that plays out, I'm not too sure yet. I think really now we've just pulled back into this ascending wedge, which obviously is a bearish signal. But I think we'll probably invalidate this at some point, you know, like especially if we do make a measured move from this, it'll invalidate. We'll probably turn this level of resistance into support then. And I'm fine with us having a move like that, actually. Like, I'm totally cool with this sort of move, and then we just trade sideways for a little bit, like, you know what I mean? Because I do think we just need a cool down period from Bitcoin. One, just like I say, to lengthen the bull run. But two, I want my altcoin bags to pop, man. I really do. So that's definitely a fact. All right, let's clean this off then. Let's have a look at what's going on today then, shall we, on Bitcoin before we have a little dive into Ethereum, because Ethereum does look like it's getting ready to move at the moment. So we do have a little bit of bearish divergence on Bitcoin here, if you can see on the RSI, guys. We do have a little bit of an increased selling pressure there. We're below the zero line on the histogram, which obviously is not exactly where we want to be, but it's started... The selling pressure did start to reduce there, but it looks like we're having a little bit of a spike again. But that kind of makes sense. Like I say, we do have this bearish divergence here on the 4-hourly, guys. We have increased higher highs, but we have continuation of lower highs on the RSI. Like I say, we've crossed over on the MACD as well into a bearish signal there as well. Like I say, with reduction of buy pressure also into the negative. So I see us having a bit of a pullback here. Which is already kind of started to happen. Another little bit of a bounce here, bouncing off the 20 EMA, which is still flipped into a bullish position at the minute. I don't see us having a short-term big pullback, but I think I don't think we've still quite built up that that power to break through from this previous high at the moment. I think we'll probably see over the weekend a continuation of this sort of move. We might see a bit of a pullback and then a bounce off this previous resistance to around 58,000 maybe, and then continue the run on. But I can't see us personally making this move just yet. The strength's not exactly spectacular, but we are continuing to make higher highs and higher lows, which is a good thing to see. But like I say, we do have that bearish divergence on the 4-hourly. Let's have a little look on the hourly as well. Similar sort of situation going on the hourly, guys. Bearish divergence, continuation of higher highs, continuation of lower highs on the RSI. Also, volume's not terrible, but not spectacular, which, like I say, leads me once again to believe I don't think we're going to see a breakout today or probably tomorrow. Personally, maybe come Monday, we see this bearish divergence actually really truly come into act, and obviously Bloody Monday kicks in. We have a pullback. Maybe we come back down and test the 200 moving average, possibly on the hour to the 4-hour, which obviously probably comes Sunday for continuation of a move. We might see something like this between 56 to 58k maybe, and then maybe see a nice bounce just like we did here. Have something happen where we do have a little bit of a pullback, come back down, touch the 200 MA, and then we have the move maybe on Tuesday. But we could see that over the weekend. It's possible. It is still on a Friday. I keep thinking it's Saturday myself as well, personally, because Rosie's not at work today because it being a bank holiday weekend. But one good thing, we are still sitting on a nice trend. We are still in the trend on the 4-hourly, guys, which you can see still continuing to make those macro higher lows, which is great to see. And we are still building that ascending triangle as well. So I think we will see sort of a move like I was talking about, a pullback, maybe back down to the 200 moving average, a bounce off this support, and then maybe go for the run, maybe a rejection, maybe pull back down, and then we break out and maybe build a bit of this W pattern in with the move as well. That's my projection, what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. But obviously, at the moment, it's up in the air, like I say. Looking good. Chart-wise, looking great, you know, super bullish. We're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. We're building into this ascending triangle. We've continued to follow the trend on the macro. And, yeah, things are looking good. But like I say, short term, we do have some bearish divergence on the hourly, on the 4-hourly. Let's have a little look on the 15-minute super short term, shall we? And, yeah, we're seeing that... We're seeing a continuation, like I say, once again, that bearish divergence there. We're seeing the lower highs going along with the higher highs on the price, which typically, you know, it's a bearish divergence, and it's going from the 15 minutes through to the 4-hour. So, you know, there's a real good chance that's playing out. We still do have a lot of bearish divergence on the daily as well, which can continue for quite a while in big runs like this. But this is why I think we need this consolidation period to continue for a little bit, in my opinion, just so we can pretty much nullify this bearish divergence that we've been having. But one good thing is and like, this doesn't have to play out. The thing is, like, I like bearish divergences. They work out a lot. Doesn't mean they're always going to. Especially, they're not great for indicating parabolic moves, which we could be moving into. Possible, real potential that's what's going to happen. I don't necessarily want that right now. I know that sounds kind of mad, but I do want more consolidation personally from Bitcoin. I'd like a month of just maybe being a bit slower, but it's April. It lends me to think that maybe we're going to see some big moves this month. Bitcoin does seem like it's prepping for that in the price action. It's just that I'm a little bit worried, like I say, on the divergences that are happening. But on the daily, we have crossed bullish. We've just broke positive on the histogram as well. But like I say, we do have this bearish divergence, but we also do have hidden bullish divergence on the daily as well. So this might actually take over from that bearish divergence that's happening. The hidden bullish divergence might come into play. And like I say, with the patterns that we are looking to maybe build, if we do build something like this, we see a little bit of a rejection here because of the short-term bearish divergence, see a pullback, move back to the 200 moving average on the 4-hour and the hourly, bounce off the trend line that we've got here, this historic trend line that's only got 2 inputs and 2 touches, which I know is low, but so far it's it's been proven that this is actually a trend line now. You want more hits than that, really, personally. But over a longer period of time, I'm still sticking with that. That hasn't been invalidated just yet. So if we see a breakdown here, maybe we can say, okay, all right, let's readjust. Let's have another look at things. But I do think we're going to see something similar to this. Now, it could totally go a different way, like I say, and I'm fine with consolidation continuing for a while. Totally fine with that. If anything, I kind of want that to happen. So, like I say, I think we will see something maybe like this, if I'm honest. The patterns and the price actions just telling me that it's going to override this divergence, if I'm honest, and then maybe this will totally be nullified and we can reset in regards to the RSI. So maybe this is what we do. We build this W pattern, and this is where we have this really strong parabolic breakout, and that pushes up to 65 to 70k maybe, and then maybe that bearish divergence really comes into play. Then we have a big pullback. We pull back to 65, 60k, and that becomes the new back test, if you will. We have a big move like this, and then we pull back and we test the previous high of the 60 to 62k, and then we continue the move. And I really think that there will be the thing that solidifies that we are going to have that big run up to 100k and possibly more. But I think we do need to see that. Like, I think the worst thing that could be for Bitcoin personally, for me, which I don't think it will anyway, is that it runs past 70k off this move, because I really do worry then that maybe we'll be coming to a position where we see a big blow off top, or even maybe off a move like that, we see a blow off top into a short-term bear market, and then we continue higher. Like, it's totally possible. It is totally possible. But so far, price action wise, I do think we're going to have a move to the upside short term. But on the other indicators, we definitely are showing bearish divergence, but hidden bullish divergence as well on the RSI also. So, it depends which one comes to the forefront and decides to take over, really. So far, I'd hazard a bet on the indicators that the bearish will be the one that prevails. But, I wouldn't like to say at this point, but personally, I'd prefer a little bit more sideways trading, if I'm honest. Invalidate this trend line maybe, sideways trade for a little bit, and then break out in maybe we can maybe see something where this maybe becomes our new trend line, if you will. I would rather us do something like this personally, where we break down out of that and then continue sideways and then break up sometime in May, so we can have a month of positive sideways trading from Bitcoin, though not a negative pullback consolidation at a lower price, but just some strong consolidation. And it makes sense that it could possibly happen looking at the price action personally, because we do have a large area of consolidation here in the higher prices for me personally. So maybe we could range trade for the next month around there. I don't think that's the case, but I'd like that to happen personally, just for the security and just the overall bullishness of the entire run personally. What cards do I recommend for mining? I have never done any mining, dude, so I wouldn't like to suggest what you should buy regarding cards, really. I know that nowadays you can get a lot more specific stuff. It depends what you're mining as well. Like, if it comes to Bitcoin, it's a lot more intensive, isn't it? So you're going to need something with a little bit more power, shall I say. And not only that, it really just depends on like what you're mining. I wouldn't even like to go into it, dude, because I know fuck all about mining, really. I am totally ignorant there. I invest and I trade. I've never done any sort of mining. The closest I've come to doing any of that sort of thing is maybe doing a bit of node operation, but it's not really for me personally currently. But yeah, I've not got into any mining, dude, so I wouldn't even like to suggest to you, man, because I'm totally ignorant on the whole situation. There's plenty of people out there that could give you way better information than I could, dude. You probably know more than me, if I'm honest. I really know F all when it comes to mining. I should educate myself, even though I've got no interest in going into it. I really should, because I'm interested in this space. I probably should educate myself on the whole entire situation, really, actually. So I might do that over this weekend, actually, dude. So thank you for that. But I don't know, buddy. I apologise about that. But yeah, it's just not my area of knowledge at all, really. I'm a degen trader, full stop, let alone knowing anything about mining. So yeah, Bitcoin looking good, looking good. You know, we'll see what happens over the next few days. Do we have a breakout? Do we have this sideways continuation for a little bit? Continuation of consolidation, maybe. I guess we'll see. At the moment, though, guys, the one to look at is Ethereum. Currently looking like it's about to break out as well. No bearish divergence happening there on the RSI also. We are currently just finding a little bit of resistance. Of course, that makes sense at the previous high here at just over $2,000. We're currently sitting at $2,052. Like I say, finding a little bit of resistance there, guys, but that totally makes sense because it's an area of previous high. Previous highs hold large areas of resistance. Now, all we need to do is break out and continue on up, which it really does look like it's attempting to break out now. What we really need, guys, is a breakout. We want a confirmation of the breakout. We want to see a move where we pull up, we come back down, we back test this as support, turn that resistance into support, and then we see a move like that. That's what we want to see to confirm the breakout there on Ethereum, guys, which at the moment it's looking very strong. And we've been waiting for this for ages, man. We've been waiting for ages. Ethereum has been consolidating for such a long period of time. And in a specific region as well. This $1,800, this $1,700 to $1,800 has been insane. Like, just look at this. Just look at this area of consolidation. This area here that's been an area of resistance and support that is super strong for Ethereum. To be fair, so it's about time, isn't it, man? It is about time. Because we like, you know, Ethereum, like, the thing is, I think a lot of people are frustrated with Ethereum, and I am a little bit, but not too much, because I've been in Ethereum since it was at 300, so, you know, last year it outperformed Bitcoin, for me, and obviously it outperformed Bitcoin over the whole year, but my Ethereum bag performed so much better than my Bitcoin bag running up until the start of this year. But the start of this year, it's kind of calmed down, which makes sense. It was going insane. So, you know, this massive area of consolidation is, I think, going to set us up for a base of a really, really, really strong move to the upside. And we might actually see it happen today. I hope it doesn't do as like it's been doing to us for so long, Ethereum, and just totally fake us out. Or have a new all-time high, and it's like an all-time high of like $20 and then falls back down, and it's like, bro, come on, man. Because Ethereum has been the biggest troll just lately. But hopefully we see that. Because you just look at these moves when we had these all-time highs, all-time high, pull back down. We get a decent all-time high, and then we get a massive crash. It's like for ages, for quite a while, like here again, all-time highs, but couldn't quite break out. Then we did. I think that was the previous all-time high? Now it was around 1480, I think, wasn't he? And then we exploded. So I'm hoping now, same sort of thing here. Large area, even larger area consolidation. If we see something similar to that move, maybe we could see another move similar to that, 45% move, possibly. What would that take us to if we did see a move similar to that and we saw a 45% move? We'd be seeing anything around about just short of $3,000. I did have the stream titled that originally, and then I changed it to I had it set for that. ETH is on the move. He's 3K next, because I do think that's possibly what we're going to see. And if we do see a previous move like this, then that's what's in the cards. And remember, the trend's your friend. We've had a big area consolidation. Big area consolidations usually lead to bigger moves. Consolidation is great. I think sometimes people forget that. They see this sort of sideways price action, and they're like, oh, that's it, man. It's over. It's boring. It does nothing. It's like, even in this area, look at all this movement. Look at all these trades to be made. Do you know what I mean? Look at all these trades. 33% increase, pulling back up, pulling back down, 15, 20% moves within these consolidations. Plenty of trading to be had here. And like I say, great as well. We've got this big double bottom here as well. If you look on the RSI as well, this big double bottom, super hidden bullish divergence there, guys. That's why we've had this real strong move out of this here, because obviously we got this lower high to a higher high, higher low to a lower low. Sorry, lower low to a higher low, from a higher low to a lower low. So you see that hidden bearish divergence there as well, guys. Always a good one, in my opinion, especially to look for bottom outs in pullbacks. It really is good for that. Not so great for giving you inklings when you're in the parabolic move, but great for for price swings, in my opinion. I learned everything I know from one vid from UFD Tech. It's a good vid, by the way, not trying to promo. I'll have to have a look at it. Dude, I am cool with freaking crypto promo in my channel. It's not like it's freaking we're gaming, streaming, and someone's just trying to advertise some bullshit stream. You know, like if you've got somebody you've watched and they've got some insane information, let people know, man. I'm totally cool with that. At the end of the day, we're all here to make money, and if we can find new information, that's the best way, innit, man? You know what I mean? When it comes to crypto trading, like I'm a scrub degenerate. My stuff's working for me, my strategies, but I am never worried about like looking at other people's strats, other people's info, because you might be the best trader in the world, but you might have just missed a particular pattern, a particular divergence, a particular move in the market, a piece of news, a piece of fundamental news that somebody else might bring to light, and you're like, okay, right, now I can adjust my trade to fit the narrative. Yeah, defo, man. If you've ever got people that are making great crypto content, guys, stick their names in the chat, man, because I'll check them out myself. If there's something I can learn, I'm down for that. So yeah, really strong position in the minute. We're not quite managed to break out just yet. We've broken it, but we're currently struggling to really get some confirmation here. Like I say, what we want now is this has been a strong 4-hour wick, though. This week alone has been if we go from candle, if we go from wick to wick, this has been a 4% move, so that's a strong wick there as well, actually. So maybe this is just a little tip over the edge. What was this? This is, so we've got another hour and 20 minutes left on this candle. So like I say, what we really want to see here, we want this candle to close obviously above here. I want to close above this previous resistance, this previous high. Like to see something like this. We close above. Next candle, we come back down. We test this support, this resistance, turn it into support, and then we have the bounce and continuation of the price. And then maybe even have a larger back test where we come back down and then we get that double support, then little bit of a extra support on that, and then we see a move like that where we continue to the upside, and we see a possible move to $3,000. Like I say, if we do see a movement prior, like this prior movement, that will take us just short of $3,000. Let's say, even if we go like maybe off a measured move, off this ascending triangle pattern that I've kind of like really isn't, but I'm going with it. That would take us just short of 3K again. So once again, you know what I mean? The measured move kind of pointing towards the move that we had last time. And, this was off a smaller area of consolidation as well. We've had a massive area of consolidation, big correction, a push up, a little bit of consolidation here, a bit of Wyckoff consolidation, more consolidation, pullback, and then this powerful move to the upside. So, it would totally make sense if this isn't the strongest breakout, back test, bounce, come back down, back test, and then the real move to the upside begins from there, from a nice position of strength. But yeah, ETH looking amazing at the moment. This has been long overdue. Like I say, this month it's kind of calling for ETH to make some moves, and then we'll maybe see some altcoins really mooning as well. But yeah, at the moment we're just kind of waiting for that confirmation of the breakout. Like I say, which we'll know if we're getting that breakout really within the next hour, I would say. You know what I mean? And I'm confident this time that ETH is not going to fake us out, because if he does, then that's it. No, it's not. But I really do want this to confirm. I want to see some movement from ETH now, because I think if we can get a settling down of Bitcoin, like I say, this cool down, let ETH really do its thing, and then ETH can pull up all our alt bags as well, because that's what we want at the minute, don't we? Bitcoin's had insane gains over the last few months, and obviously if you're only holding Bitcoin, you want Bitcoin to keep doing its thing, but majority of people, I think, have some alts as well. So sometimes, you want to sit down a bit Bitcoin, and everybody else have a word, you know what I mean? So that's what we want. That's what we really want at the minute. Yo, Mike, what's going on, fella? Welcome to the stream, good sir. How goes it? You doing good, are ya? So yeah, we've got our all-time high. Ever so slightly, but it's there. It is there. We just need confirmation of the breakout now, and then I think we will really see altcoins moon. Having a little look at one here. I got Harmony because I was having a little look earlier because, it's been doing sick things. But let's have a little look at the rest of the market then, shall we? Let's get Binance up here a second. Oop. Binance. All right, then. So BNB's been on a run today, $350. I think that's pulled back a little bit. I think that was just short of $360 last time I checked. Obviously, Bitcoin up at $59,360, just under 1% up. Ethereum really on a run now, it's just short of 7% up, guys. New all-time high. We're in price discovery at the moment on Ethereum, so hopefully we see some strong moves, but take it with a pinch of salt, guys. Ethereum has made so many all-time highs just lately, and then they've been total fake outs, okay? So just take that into account, you know? But I'm hoping that we're going to see some big moves from Ethereum this month. I think today we will see this continuation of the breakout, confirmation of the breakout. Like I think we'll see a little bit of a weak breakout, but it'll be confirmed, and then we'll bounce from the confirmation for a stronger, and then I do think we will have a pullback, and then the move will really go. I think that's the next step, personally. We like, Ethereum really does like to confirm, doesn't it really, you know? Even just here, on this breakout from the downtrend, we broke out, and then it whipped back down just to test it. Now that's support, really, and we're moving up, baby. We're moving up. At the moment, I think Stellar is looking pretty good, but I don't know if I should buy it. Let's have a little look at Stellar. Let's have a look in. Let's open up a new what's it here, because I'm in the futures market. Let's have a little look at Stellar, shall we? I'm in the futures as well. Is it? Yeah, it's AR, isn't he? Yo, what's going on? Welcome, dude. How you doing? West Philadelphia, born and raised. Shagging sheep, where I spent most of my days. How you doing anyway, though, big man? Turneth of the tableth. Things are good, man. Even better now that Ethereum's actually making an all-time high. Oh, hey, my Binance is finally verified and linked with my bank account. Hey, let's go. Let's go. The party starts now. All right, let's have a little look at XLM then, shall we? So you're saying, like, I'm not going to suggest whether you buy, because I don't ever like to tell people to purchase, because, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, and even if I was, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I'd said to people buy something and then it dumped. But saying that, of course, had this big move, which is always a lot more of a riskier time to buy into something. But having said that it's had that big move, it has back-tested this previous price action here, which is very bullish. Let's just let's get our horizontal line up here. You can see that as well. You know, one could argue even that that's a freaking gigantic cup and handle, but we won't go into that. But it has tested that previous high, broke above it, had the breakout, it's pulled back down, had this bit of a pinch of the price, a little bit of consolidation sort of here on this downward trend, hit this previous price action, and then bounced off to the upside as well. So that's a good sign, definitely. On the daily there, that doesn't look too bad at all. It did really get to a point where it almost flipped bearish there, but didn't quite. Let's have a look on the 4 hours. Let's have a look a little bit shorter, shall we? Right, I managed to grab some on the dip, about 120 gross. What you talking about? ETH? You're talking about Ethereum turntable. At about $10 of Bitcoin left in my Coinbase account, around about 2014. It's been worth over 300 in the last few months. They've been paying attention to crypto again. Oh, nice, dude! It's always nice when you find something like that. And it's jumped up a lot. Stopped some of it for a few weeks back too. Nice, yeah. ETH's sound money, in my opinion, man. Like, when it comes to all the cryptos, like, ETH and Bitcoin are the sound money. Like, and I know that sounds mad because it can be incredibly volatile. This market's volatile, but, like, to me, they're sound money. I'm hoping that ADA is going to become there over the next few years, but I'm still super bullish on ADA. But for me, I you know, when you've got a portfolio, you can't go wrong having a bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, you might not have the 100x sort of gains that you're going to get off an altcoin that you can maybe get in a bull run, but you're going to have a steady increase, and, you know, they're kind of like safe bets at the moment, aren't they? So, yeah, like I say, Stellar, not looking too shabby at all, really, personally. You know, we do have some divergence going on there as well. It's broke out of this downtrend. It's bounced off that previous price action. It is currently in this uptrend. It's having a little pullback now as it back tested that high there again. It looks like it likes to do that quite regularly. It has attempted to find some support off these previous highs now as well. Personally, I tend not to buy after price action of a few 100% personally, although you can see thousands of percent. We've seen a 635% move there, which in terms of altcoins is not insane. There's still plenty more room to go. What is XLM's market cap though, actually? Let's just double check. It's a decent market cap, isn't it, actually? You're talking a 10 bill market cap there. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see... You know, like I say, I don't really know much of the fundamentals on Stellar, but just going off the market cap. Well, let's have a look on what's its coin supply on XLM. Market cap 10 billion, trading volume 2.2. Where's our supply? Here we go. Circulating supply is 22 billion. Max supply is 50 billion. So the supply is not too bad at all, really. Is it there? You know, I think that, personally, if I had to say like an end of year projection there, what I think that could reach, I think we could see $1 easy. Maybe $1.50 on XLM. You know, you'd be talking, what... around about a $20 to $30 billion market cap at those prices, which is more than reasonable in my opinion. I think when it comes to the market caps, I think personally, I think everything in the top 10 to top 15 is probably going to see anywhere between a 25 to 35 bill market cap. Now, obviously, which ones are the ones that do that's the question. But I think that when it comes to the end of the year, when we look at the top 10, 15, we're going to see those sort of market caps. So I think there's definitely price action to be had there. Personally, for me, I wouldn't buy it myself. But, you know, if you're more bullish on the project, then, you know, I'd have to have a little look into Stellar myself a little bit more, really. You know what I mean? So is he kind of trying to... Is XLM a little bit like XRP then, looking at this? To helping financial firms connect with one another through blockchain technology. Seems like it's more of a... Time limit serves as a bridge. Yeah, it seems like it's more of a to allow for like large transactions at cheap prices. Like, you know, it's almost as if it's designed for financial systems that want to move money around quick and cheaply, kind of like how XRP is. Yeah, he worked at Ripple as well, so it's obviously got that sort of idea to what they want to see from me. High cost for making cross-border payments aren't just exclusive to fiat payments. Stellar is unique because every transaction costs at 0.0000001. Giving them one unit projects have managed to secure a partnership with brand technology companies. Stellar IBM team. You know, that's good then. So, like, I'd say that really then, because, like, I've heard people talking about XLM, but not really ever looked into it. It kind of looks like it is XRP 2.0, though, doesn't it? Which XRP had lots of potential, but it was the team, really, that causes the issues with the escrow wallets and all that sort of stuff. I'd have to look into it a little bit more, but I'd be totally comfortable in saying that I think you'll see $1 on XLM. I don't think that's a, you know, I don't know if this is its all-time high. I'm gonna just assume at the moment, but it's definitely its local high. So you're looking at 60 cents there. So, you know, it's still got the possibility to have a move up to 60 cents at least, which in my opinion, I think it probably will do. You know, you're talking a 38% there. Just to get to $1, you know, you're only talking a 100% move, just over 100% move. So, yeah, man, I think, like, you know, personally, I think there's movement there. Would I invest in it just yet myself? No, but that's because I've got plenty of stuff I'm invested in at the moment. But it seems all right, man. I really should look into XLM more. Like I say, I know I've heard people talking about it so much. Let's have a little look back at ETH then. Continuing the breakout here. It does actually look like we're getting the breakout, guys. This is a trade I'm probably going to take myself. I'm going to wait for confirmation, though. We'll have confirmation in about an hour. What we want to see is this confirm above this resistance, guys. Then what we really preferably want is we want to see a pullback, support, move to the upside, pull back, double support, and then a move to the upside properly to me, and then all over the place. But I'd totally be fine with that one back test there. But I think just for safety's sake, I'd like a double one when it comes to Ethereum at the minute. You know, like I'd love to see something like that, and then the bigger move pushes. And if we see, like I say, once again, previous to this consolidation, 45% move, bigger consolidation. So let's go with the trends, our friend, and let's conservative move at 45% to put us just short of $3,000 from the resistance. So 45% move is just short of $3,000, which I was going to title my stream is 3K next for Ethereum, but then I was like, maybe that's a little bit clickbaity. But I do think that's where we may be heading to next. You know what I mean? We're in price discovery now. So as long as it doesn't do what it's been doing just lately and totally fucking fake out and come back down, you know, we'll be happy. Which I wouldn't put it past it happening now, guys. You know, this breakout, total failure, come back down, test here, do something like this. We see this move back onto this previous support, and then maybe the move happens from there. You know, maybe we get a bit of bullish divergence on the RSI on that pullback. But you know, at the moment we are just waiting for confirmation of the breakout. But we're well and truly in the breakout here. Yeah, ETH was waiting for 1400-ish market game, 1600. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see below 1500 again this run personally. Still got half my portfolio in Chili's and Engine still, so I'm waiting for them to pop. Yeah, I think Engine's going to have a pop soon. Chili's, I think, is probably going to do it because I'm in the NFT space. Yeah, they deal with like NFT shit. Yeah, what's going on? Noah, welcome to the stream. You was looking for me on Twitch. I'll be live later on Twitch. We're going to be doing some Outriders a little bit later on. Check it out, see if it's any good. I'm hoping so because it cost me 50 quid because I thought it was on Game Pass. Renewed my subscription to Game Pass. I was like, sweet, let's play these Outriders. Yeah, you can't get it on PC. It's only an Xbox Game Pass. It's a few square, so I had to go out and buy the game after paying for Xbox as well. Good job, the ball run's been nice to me so far. I didn't want to spend it, man. So that's 50 quid. I could have put it in crypto. But, you know, we've got a game to play now. Because I really am in the mood for playing some games at the minute. So, yeah, ETH looking great. Let's have a little look on it. Let's have a look at what's happening on the minutes here. Yeah, you see, like, there's sometimes, like, it is worth just having a little snap down to the, you know, you can see this, even on the minute hand here, this ETH is constantly in this consolidation move, consolidate. That's why, like, you know, like I still think we've got massive moves coming from ETH because it consolidates and then it pops and then it consolidates and then it pops, and we've had massive consolidation now. You know what I mean? Look, like I say, once again here, come back down, almost back test it, like even on these wicks, like, you know what I mean? We could do have a lot of price action movement as well at the minute on ETH. You know, we probably could see some big swings happening. You know, I think the thing is, ETH's been a sleeping giant for a while. I think once it moves and it really starts to move, it's going to shock a lot of people because it's been stagnant for a little bit. Well, say stagnant, it's not, but it's stagnant compared to how it was moving last year and kind of stagnant to how Bitcoin's been moving the last few months. But I think when it moves, people are going to be like, holy shit, ETH actually does things. Same thing with Litecoin as well. I think when that moves a lot, because, you know, I understand people's issues with Litecoin and stuff like that, but I think once it starts going, people are going to be like, oh, Litecoin's still a thing, which I do truly think Litecoin is going to have a big run as well, man. I've been watching GTA RP a lot later. Yeah, GTA RP is funny, man. It's for me to play. I like watching it though. Pardon me. I like just doing modded stuff on GTA, if I'm honest. But then again, though, if you can get some good modded servers as well. So yeah, Bitcoin. Let's get to the 4 hourly. Still in this pattern. Like I say, personally, I would like us to do a little bit of a consolidation in Bitcoin again still, because, you know, you go from the daily, we have large bearish divergence, guys. Continuation of an upward swing, continuation of a downward swing on the RSI, right through from the daily to the 15 minutes, guys. So I still don't think we have got out of this funk yet with Bitcoin personally, and my fear is if we move too fast to the upside, we will have a bit of a blow off top. But that still doesn't mean that we're not going to continue to the upside. Like I say, I think, honestly, I know it sounds mad, and a lot of people will be like, what the fuck, dude, why? I think I would like to see Bitcoin not really break out, and where's me, what's it gone? There we go. Maybe, like I say, see a move like this where we break down, see something like this, you know, and then maybe a move to the upside, like maybe even break down out of this, double bottom off this maybe at like 51k and then have a run. But I don't know, maybe that'd scare the markets a little bit too much possibly. But like my only worry is here is if we do have this sort of move, we push really hard past 70k. I think what I hope kind of happens, and I think will be a little bit safe for the market, is we do push up 60, 68k, 60, 68, 69k, reject, come back down, test this high like we've done previously, come back down and tested the highs, and then we have a consolidation and then move on up a lot. But I just think with it being this month, it's probably not the case. Maybe we have this push up to 70k, and then May we have a bit of a bearish month, because I think Bitcoin still needs to shake this out. But that being said, we've got massive bearish divergence, but we've got hidden bullish divergence as well. It's there, like there is hidden bullish divergence there as well, guys. So you know, like it depends which one wins out. But I do feel that Bitcoin needs to just cool off a little bit, really, to be fair. ETH getting a little bit of rejection there. So what we're talking, there's 50 minutes left on this candle, I believe. Started at 1 o'clock, so this candle runs till 5. We are on the 4 hour, yeah. Right, and so ETH, obviously, looking great. Blue sky breakout at the moment, waiting to confirm a trade. You know, it's tempting to get trades now, guys, obviously, but, you know, this could be a fake out and we could see a plummet back down and go back down, and this could be where, because this is what I say to people, why confirmation's important, even though we kind of confirmed it there, sort of, with this pullback, we could see a move where ETH just does this, pulls back down, and back tests this previous resistance as truly support, and then we see something like this, and then, you know, we pull out of it kind of thing. Like, at the moment, though, I'd be more on the side of that. I think we are going to confirm the breakout and continue up, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to put my eggs in my basket until we got some confirmation. Volume's looking decent now. We've got a nice spike in volume. RSI looks decent. MACD looks all right. Not massively strong. There's been definite reduction in buying pressure. So that's a thing to look out for. You know, when it comes to breakouts, guys, you want a strong move. You want volume. Obviously, in the volume indicator, that's two really important things. And then, obviously, you got your other indicators to back that up. But so far, so good. But could be better. Could be better. It's not the most powerful breakout, if I say so. All right, let's have a look what else is going on. Let's have a little look at ADA, shall we, lads and ladies? We'll just look in the spot market. We ain't gonna look in futures on this. I've spent my last few days just constantly on futures because I've been trading a lot more. Got a bloody lovely tasty short on Dogecoin yesterday because, you know, Elon tweets, fuck that, I'm shorting it. So I got a nice 60% short on Dogecoin. I shorted Store J as well yesterday, and I shorted Filecoin. They were degenerate shorts. Well, all of them were really. But they were just purely, you know, there was on insane pumps. The bearish divergence was screaming at me, and I was like, fuck it, I'm shorting them. And I got two nice scalp shorts out of them as well. So, yeah, yesterday wasn't too bad. 3 nice trades yesterday. I haven't traded anything at all today, actually, though. Like I say, I'm really looking to trade the ETH breakout, but I need that confirmation first. Because that's what I've been doing just lately. I have a couple of days of great trading, and then I have one shitty trade that wipes out all the gains I've made in the last few days. I ain't doing it, man. I ain't doing it no more. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's clear this all off, actually. Start afresh. Start afresh on the ADA. Let's have a look on the daily, shall we? See what the old Cardano is doing. Yeah, it still looks good, man. You know, people keep like, I fucking had a disagreement with a dude on Twitter yesterday. He was talking absolute shit. He was a proper giga chad, man. I fucking roasted the shit out of him because, like, I got into this disagreement with a dude, like, because the thing that annoys me, like, I am totally cool with having your bag saying, you know, fair play. If you think Ada's shit, fucking fair play. Got no issue with that at all. Got no issue with it, you know what I mean, at all. My issue is when you go on Twitter and every thread that's talking about ADA, there's somebody in there, or dozens of people in there, you fucking shit, Ghost Chain, shit coin, Charles Hoskins is a fucking scammer, fuck you, fuck ADA, sell your bags, and I'm just like, bro, yo, cool, man, but, like, why don't you just concentrate on your own thing, man, you know what I mean, like, what the fuck, and, like, this dude kept going on and on and on. and like talking about how he makes big money, you know what I mean? Because I says like there's still a possibility for Ada to do a $3 from now, and he's like, wow, man, a 2x, that's great. I'm looking at all of them 75x's, and I goes, yeah, dude, I goes, Ada's had an insane gains over the last few months, insane. Like it's the best performing coin over the last few months. Like shut the fuck up. And then he was going on about how he's making big money, blah, blah, blah. You're probably doing shit, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, I'm doing fuck all compared to some people. I'm doing all right for me. You know what I mean? Kept going on about all the money he was making, and he was like winding me up. And then I went on his Twitter, and he got ADA, hashtag ADA in his Twitter. So I'm like, why is this dude like got this in there? So then I start looking through his tweets. Yeah, this big man making big money. Like, I look, and dude's a stalker, legit stalker. Let's just get this out of the way. All of his media posts, all of his photos on his Twitter page, and Charles, the head developer at Cardano, and he's literally just going around every thread he can to say that he's a scammer. Now, this leads me to believe, typically when people do this, is they've got a personal vendetta against the devs, or they bought the top and got fucking scared and sold, and now they fucking hate the developer. They hate the coin. Why would you have it in your bio hashtag if you hate it? Now it leads me to believe he got on Twitter hype, saw Ada was popping, bought Ada, put it in his bio like whoa, and then Ada had a little dumpy dump from here down, and he was like, fuck these scammy bastards. Like, I genuinely think that's what happened. But check this. I go on his Twitter, yeah. Let's just remember, this is the big man making big money. Giga Chad, man. Giga Chad. You know what I mean? I go on his Twitter, yeah, looking through, and he'd been tweeting at crypto.com saying they'd got his money, and he couldn't get his money out of the account, and if they didn't give him his money back, he was going to kill himself, and it's fucked up. And then he posted the picture of his account. Do you know how much money they got that they hadn't given him? 24 fucking great British pounds. 24 quid, and the dude was on about topping himself. He's on about topping himself over 24 quid, which I'm not laughing at to a degree. I am, but, you know, it's like, that's 24 quid, man. I don't want to lose 24 quid. You know, I don't want to lose any money at the end of the day. It's money, but I ain't going around going, I'm making bank, man. Bang. And then threatening to kill myself in a public forum over 24 fucking quid. So I showed him the tweet, and then he was like, he just started posting pictures of account gains. And I was thinking, like, one, I don't think these are his account for a start. He's just posting them. And then he posted one that he got 10,000 ADA and made $5 grand. But I was like, you said he'd said he'd sold all his ADA and he's hated on the developers, but you've got 10 grand's worth of ADA. I think somebody's a liar. You know what I mean? And I was like, dude, I don't know what you're trying to prove to me showing all these pictures. It matters not. You cried over 24 quid. What you want about? And then he was like, he said something about... he said something about he's in the garden. Let's see. He goes, I'm fine, mate. I'm in the garden. I'm feeding me rabbits. I'm pumping weights. And my wife's behind me on a business meeting. And I'm like, okay, right. Okay, you're a proper giga Chad, ain't you, dude? Making big money and pumping iron in the garden. Oh, man, proper Chad. And I goes, well, the way you've been freaking stalking Charles, I'm sure your missus might get a bit jealous. And he's like, nah, we're both just laughing at you, mate. And I'm like, yeah, this dude's like a 17-year-old kid, man. Straight up. Just made me laugh, though. Like, there's nothing worse than trying to brag about you making money than only to have not realised or forgotten that you actually was about a week ago crying to a company in a public forum over 24 quid. Now, fair enough. Yo, if they had more 24 quid, I'd probably tweet him and say, I want me 24 quid. I ain't going to cry over it, and then I ain't going to say I'm going to top myself over it. Christ, I've lost more than that in shit trades. You know what I mean? Hey, Rosie, welcome to the stream. Are you on another account, am you? Hello. Right, 24 British pounds, bro. Like, Jesus, man. It's like, what, $32? Which, I know, $32 is $32. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I ain't got loads of money. And even if I had loads of money, if I lost 24 quid, I'd be like, bastard. But you wouldn't see me talking about killing myself over it. Like, Christ, man. Jesus, man. You must be struggling if it's that bad. And which is, I don't judge ya. But then to talk about saying, well, I'm making big money. It's just like, oh, God. Weirdos, man. Weirdos. I think a lot of the time people want to pretend they're doing something and actually it's just like, just go do it, bro. I want you to make money. I want to see you get tendies. Go make them. Don't tell me you're making it. Anybody who talks about money like that, you know they ain't making money. What is it? Is that saying? Poor people talk about money more than rich people. Obviously, because we ain't got it. We want it. They've got it. It's like, oh, fucking hell, I want my arse of this, bro. What do I need to keep going on about it for? You know what I mean? It's right, Mike, man. They really do. So yeah, let's have a look at Ada then. On the daily, my opinion, looking nice. Looking nice. We've had these obviously two two highs, which we haven't been able to maintain. We had this wick up, instant pullback. It was a higher all-time high, but we had a lower close, which is a good thing. I know we've got these wicks here, which are not great, but we do have these closes that are getting a little bit higher. And one thing, which I was talking about a long time ago, this was prior to just before we had this first pullback. This was just before it hit $1. And if you remember, this was when I was talking about the ETH to ADA charting, how it's more important than the ETH to US dollar chart in a sense. Is a lot of the time when it comes to alts, it's better to look at them in comparison to Bitcoin rather than it is against the US dollar. Obviously, you want to know what it is to the US dollar because that's what you're cashing out of, you know what I mean? And then you can work out your dollar to whatever currency you are in the world. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's just you know, the first thing you're going to think to do. But comparing them to Ethereum and Bitcoin is usually better. You know what I mean? And we saw that over multiple years, we had a resistance level on ADA to ETH, which was kind of like this. This was 2017, and we kind of did this. You know what I mean? This is what we kind of saw off of ADA to Ethereum, and then we are kind of in this position right now. Like this is where we are. So we're in a multi-year breakout on ADA against Ethereum. Now we've probably pulled back a little bit more now because of Ethereum having this push up. So what we want to see is ETH pushes up. If we can continuation a move like this, it's going to be even higher than this move. Even if it doesn't get higher than this move, if it makes sense. It's like if Bitcoin's at $60,000 and your ADA to Bitcoin value is worth more Satoshis than what it is at 50k, then you're having not an exponential, but a vastly incremental increase in the sense that obviously 500 Satoshis are worth more now than they were last month. So if ADA's worth 500 Satoshis last month and it's worth 500 Satoshis this month, in real terms, it's worth more US dollars. You get that? I know you guys understand that. You get it. Probably not the best explanation, but I think that's, you know, it's understandable there. Obviously, as Bitcoin goes up, if you're increasing against Bitcoin as it increases, then you're vastly outpacing the dollar, basically, is what I'm saying. Because obviously the Bitcoin is increasing against the dollar value. So, yeah. But yeah, on the daily, we are continuing to have these higher lows. We had these two big pumps, like I say. We had the retracements back off them, which was expected. You know, ADA's had such a big pump. It's expected. It's going to find some resistance around these areas. We are at a 40 billion market cap as well, or probably just below that now, thereabouts. But what I was talking about initially before I got waylaid there, excuse me, I got the sniffles, hay fever, I think. Just before $1, where let me just show you. Because like I want to try and explain what I'm talking about. I'm probably not making the best. What's it? ADA to ETH. This is what we want. Cardano to Ethereum. Let's have a look at full featured chart. So basically, this is what I'm talking about here, guys. See what I'm saying? This is what I just drew out. If you see here, this was 2017. This is 2018, 2019, 2020, and this is us now, right? Okay? So, obviously, these two have something in common, which they don't have with these. Bull market, this was in a bull market. So, you can see, 2017, Cardano was new. He didn't really get a chance to experience the entirety of the bull run. He didn't have nothing going through it. I know people who still hasn't, but you know, it was a lot less developed than what it is now. There's more of a product there. There's a baseline for all the different stuff that's coming to Cardano being built right now when there wasn't there. So we had this run. We broke this resistance, and then we saw about 190% increase from there. So what I was saying was it was a good way to indicate what we're looking at price action-wise. As you can see, in the bear market, attempted to break this level of resistance and just couldn't quite break it. But now we're in the bull market. We've done pretty much the same thing. We had a great move here. We broke out. We've come back down. We've back-tested that resistance. It's now support. Had these other two. This is the other two breakouts now. Pull back. And now we are back testing that level once again, guys, okay? So this is super, super bullish, man. Like, a lot of people just look at ADA to the dollar. Oh, it's come down from $1.50, man. It's fucking, it's done. It's done. It's consolidating, man. What we want to see now is this sort of move. Now, if we see a 150% move from where we are now, we're going to see an even stronger move because Ethereum's increased in value to where it was when this happened originally. So, where it was before, this was about $1. Right? So 150%, 180% move would have took us to $2.50, $2.50 plus, but now we're a little bit higher. We're at $1.20 and we're at the same position because obviously ETH's gone up a little bit. So even though we're higher, we're still sitting at that same level on Ethereum. So if you do have a 150%, 189% move from there, that would see us where we currently are at the price now. If we have a which we can't, let's just go for 150 because we can't get it on at the minute. That'll see us sitting at just under $3.10. So if we say let's see what 190 will give us. That will give us, let's say 189. That'll give us a $3.48 ADA if we do a move like we did in 2017 in terms of percentage-wise, is what I'm saying. Which, it's going to be harder, of course, because to go up against the valuation of ETH now is harder because ETH is higher here than what it was here. And I'm not too sure about where ETH's price was at this particular point, which we could have a little look into. It was probably higher there, actually. So if that's anything to go by, then I'm really, like I say, I'm long-term bullish on ADA, and I'm short-term bullish this bull run as well. So, you know, if we do see a move that goes off previous trends, like I say, that 190% move, we're looking at about $3.50 for ADA. Which obviously, like me, if you were coming in at these sort of levels, you're fucking laughing. Even if you buy now, you're still laughing. You know, you could see a 3x of the money that you invest, which is great to see, man. You know, you invest $100 and you can make $300. You invest $1,000 and you can make $3,000. Not suggesting people do that, of course. When it comes to these sort of things, guys, way more riskier here than it was here. So you've always got to look at risk reward, balance your investments, guys, and be sensible. But anyway, daily looks great. Oh, actually, what I was talking about when I went back to this chart regarding this was that for a while, when the price was around about where it was here, it's around about 90 cents, 92 cents. You got to take into account these EMA ribbons weren't there then. The EMA ribbon was around about down here. We were really overstretched. We were overstretched. We were really overbought on ADA, and we needed the consolidation. We really did need the consolidation, and we consolidated. We came back down. We tested the 20 EMA. We bounced again. We saw another run. Same thing again. We began to become a little bit overstretched. We pulled back. We consolidated. We bounced once again off that 20 EMA, and then we went on another insane run. Again, we pulled back. We bounced off it once again, and then we didn't so much have that run there. We had a little bit of a consolidation, a bit of a capitulation. We broke through into the EMA, and then we came into, I think it's the 20, or is it the 20 weeks SMA? Yeah. So we bounced then off the 20 smooth moving average, and then we had another run, and then we capitulated again, and then once again, the 20 SMA became our bed, and we bounced again. And we're kind of in a situation like where we was here before, where we didn't quite have that run off the bounce. But also now we are really tightly packed in on the 20 exponential moving average, which for me personally, I think we're in a quite a bullish position now. Smart contracts are going to be launching soon. Also, guys, as well, that's what you got to take into account very soon, man. Like, I think within the next month or two, we might be seeing smart contracts, maybe in the summer, which, of course, the bull run will still be going then. That's great for us. Because I think the thing is, sometimes when it comes to news coming out for blockchains, people want it all to come at once, and then they can get that price explosion. It's better to get news, you know, and you can get those pumps as the rumours come, and then the dumps as the news hits, and then the new rumour comes, and we pump along with the news, and obviously the fundamentals, but you know, that's why there's that saying, buy the rumour, sell the news, you know what I mean? So like I say, daily, we are building, to me, what here is looking really rather bullish, you know. We do, let's have a look on the 4 hourly, actually. Might be able to pick it a little bit more. It's a little bit hard to see there on the daily. But look at this price action here, man. Look at this consolidation. Like, this consolidation in this sort of area, around about between $1.07 to $1.26 is fucking insane, guys, okay? Like, this area of consolidation here is pretty freaking manic. So you can see off this move prior, look, just as another example of bullish divergence, guys, you can see right there, higher low, lower low on the RSI, hidden bullish divergence there, price bounces, even though we get this higher low once again here, look at the difference in the strength, boom, snap out of it, and then we have this sort of move here, which we are, by the looks of things, creating more, if you see here, guys, these lows here, but if you look on the RSI, we're seeing a different situation. We saw this pullback, but on the RSI, we have created this little bit of hidden bullish divergence there as well, which has obviously spurned this spike, which instantly retracted from this spike. Once again, coming back down to find support on the 20 moving average there, the 20 EMA. We flicked into a bullish move as well after this bearish move. So once again, we're still just in this consolidation phase, really. You know, we're not in a downtrend anymore, but we haven't broke out into an uptrend either. So we're currently, I'd say really, we could argue that maybe that's our area of resistance to break out there. Let's see if we can make a move from here. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. If we do have a little bit of a breakdown here and we come back down and maybe this becomes a new, smaller local trend line possibly for us. Maybe we see a little bit of a price action like that where we don't manage to break out of this. We capitulate back down to here and then we see a move like this and then we break out and that maybe becomes resistance again and a continuation of consolidation maybe. But with it being April, maybe we do see a move back up and a retest of these previous highs because we've had this double top here, which is usually a bearish signal. It usually does signal tops as well, but it hasn't been our top, which is good, really. Is good. We had this capitulation, we've had this continuation of higher lows as well. So after these two attempts here, if we do see a little bit of sideways price action for a while, but continuation to the upside, you know, maybe we do build back into Pixel's favourite shape, a nice ascending triangle, and then we break out, and then it's moon time, baby. But wait, there's more. I love that film. But you know, like I think that's maybe like what you know, we see something like this in ADA, and then we see the move to the upside, you know, because that would be a big fat bullish pattern there as well. You know, when you zoom out to the macro there, and you look at that, looks fucking bullish, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's obvious whether we fulfill that or not. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I think that's the most likely scenario. But that's just going off what I see now. Things could change at the drop of a hat. But yeah, we're still building higher lows. We're still in consolidation areas here. There's a strong area of resistance and support that's being built here now. So this is turning into quite a level of support. This around $1.17 to $1.20 area seems to be a really strong position where ADA wants to stay. Now, like I say, if we do see some real sideways trading here, and then we see the snap where ADA goes to a $3.50 possibly, and some people talking even higher, I don't know. I'm conservative a little bit more, so I'll say $2.50 to $3.50. But if we do see a big move to the upside, you know, with this sort of consolidation, when we pull back into the bear market, this could be the new low for ADA. It really could. If ADA does become as big as people want it to become, you know, if it does become the next big smart contract, NFT, DApp, and you know, DeFi space kind of thing in the market. You know, like I think that may be like ultimately, like, obviously, let's just pretend this is the run, and then this is where we save for the bull run, and then maybe we have a bottom back into consolidation period, and then that's the next run kind of thing. Like, be interesting to see if ADA does really have a big pullback after this run. I expect it will, but with all this consolidation, like I say, could become a new low. But that's really too early to say that. You know, we're far too early to even, you know, like, until the bear market's fulfilled itself, you really can't say what you're expecting it to come back down to. Like, I do think Bitcoin's bear market won't be as deep as previous, just because of the institutional money that's involved, and institutions typically hold for longer than retail because they're not here to trade over the space of a year, 5 years typically. Institutions are usually investing when it comes to these sort of store of value investments as well. You know, you're talking decades for these sort of businesses. So, but that doesn't mean that the retracement's still not going to happen, because what you got to take into account, guys, I think it's 81% of investors in Bitcoin are still retail. So even though there's big institutional money, and they are some of the biggest players in terms of things, they're still a minority in the whole market. And at the end of the day, retail investors are a lot more flaky. And of course, you know, you've had massive gains, you're going to want to take profit. You're not doing it to make, I don't know, some 90-year-old bloke in in Germany and a 50-year-old bloke in America and somebody in Australia and then somebody in Britain happy because they're your shareholders. It's for you, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you made $1 million in a year, you're gonna be like, I want a fucking $1 million. You know, so. You know, that's definitely a thing to look out for. And I know a lot of people are getting a little bit too confident and comfortable that we're not going to see a bear market ever again. People believe this is the start of the super cycle. Maybe it is. Maybe we see a 10-year-long or multi-year-long bull market like the stock market's had. Don't think it's going to happen, though. We're still too immature. Even though we've got this massive money, guys, the crypto market is worth what? Just short of $2 trillion. That's tiny in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? It is tiny in the financial markets. It's really still very niche, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to become mainstream. It's just at the minute we're still very niche. Like 1% or less than 1% of people on the planet own crypto. So, you know, if you're in crypto now and you think you're too late, you're less than 1% of the people on this planet own Bitcoin. You know, you're in before majority of the banks. You know, well, all of the banks really are kind of exposed because of the way they're invested. And now, you know, like Goldman Sachs and Deutsche Bank and some of the others are starting to get involved yet. But you're front running those guys. And at the end of the day, if you're front running banks, guys, you know, you just think about it yourself. You know, that's what they do. They know money. And if you're into something before the banks and Tesla and your MicroStrategy and your Michael Saylors and your Elon Musks, you're in early, man. You really are in early. So don't stress. So many weatherman vibes listening to you talk about this stuff, especially when you say stuff like higher lows. Some precipitation. There's some precipitation coming in, guys. The market's going to shit the bed. Need a new name from a page on Facebook to destash onto. Can't wait for KC later. Hope it's good. Man, does my voice sound horrible? Like, I feel like my throat's still shit at the minute. Like, when I'm talking a lot, it feels like it's raspy, man. Like, can you guys hear that? Or is it just me hearing it myself? Because I've still got a bit of a sore throat, man. And like I hear when I'm talking, it feels like I can hear my voice cracking almost. Ethereum still at the moment in this form of breakout, really not making any major moves. But like I say, typically it's doing what Ethereum's been doing. It breaks out, but it really doesn't go on these blue sky breakouts. It just limply falls over the line and then retraces a little bit and then just continues as if it's not even an all-time high. It's like, you know, we've definitely been seeing a lot of that from Ethereum, actually. Not so much the explosive moves that we've seen from Bitcoin. But I still do think at some point in this run, we're going to see those Ethereum moves that are going to melt people's faces. I still think that's going to happen. You know, I'm still confident. I do still think we're going to see a $5,000 ETH, and I know that will put the market cap at $1 trillion. But you know, if Bitcoin gets to $2 trillion this run, which if it did 100k, it's going to be sitting at that. You know, I think $1 trillion market cap on Ethereum is totally possible. I really do. But at the moment, it's you know, it's just been a bit limp, isn't it? But it's doing what Ethereum's been doing just lately. But still very bullish to see. Like I say, ADA not looking too terrible at all, in my opinion. Still looking very bullish. Having a little bit of a consolidation period here, which is just exactly what we need here. If we can have a nice breakout from this consolidation, maybe retest this high, and like I say, maybe we see something like this, you know, and then the breakout happens, possibly. I wouldn't be surprised. That's the kind of action I want to see from Bitcoin, if I'm honest. So yeah, we've had a look at Ethereum. We've had a little look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it's attempting to have a little bit of a pumpity pump. It's trying it, but it's not really happening. We've had a look at ADA, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's have a little look at DOT, because DOT had a good couple of days, didn't it? Got itself back up to its previous levels. I think it did like 11% or so yesterday. It's up 5% today. All right, let's have a little look. Doesn't sound raspy. Yeah, sweet. I think I just see it a little bit. I think it's still it's had a bit of cold the last few days. I think it's still off that, and I think still off my vaccine, man, because like, my vaccine fucked me up, man. But apparently they're saying that, like, well, this is what Jambo was saying. His mum works with like COVID patients. They're saying that when it comes to AstraZeneca vaccine, if you've had COVID, apparently when you have your injection, you react to it really quite severely, and it kind of makes sense because one of my mum's family members had COVID. And then when he had the injection, he said when the vaccine was worse than COVID. You know what I mean? And obviously he had COVID. So like, and I still am adamant. I've said it all year that I think I caught COVID off my brother-in-law at the start of the year, man. Start of last year, because like Christmas, he had a fucking terrible fucking flu, man, and it made me ill. Like legit, man. I was in bed for like 2 days, man. It proper fucked me up. All right, let's have a little look at DOT then. So yeah, had this nasty pullback. This was on the 21st, I think, wasn't it, this year? The 21st, this is when Bitcoin had this big pullback on the 21st of February, and DOT got savaged by it. Like, in terms of the high market caps, DOT took like a 36% retracement, which is really quite a savage one, really. But pulled back out of it and then continued to have this upward trend. It started to create higher highs, higher lows, and then it found resistance at this secondary high after this initial pump. Found resistance, broke back down, still continued the trend, but then created a higher low, had this double top, and then it bottomed out on the 4-hourly. But then it did come down, tested the 200 moving average, bounced off it, found a little bit of resistance via the EMA ribbon, broke above. Once again, this seems to be major level of resistance for DOT, doesn't it, here at the $39.72 mark twice. Well, 3 times if you count that double tap there, that it's actually hit that. So DOT is actually in a very important position here as well, along with Ethereum. Obviously, broke down below the 200 moving average there, came back up, rejected hard off it. It turned into resistance there. It's then had this rally, which it then managed to power through that 200 moving average, which is good to see. We saw the EMA flip, the 20 EMA flipped the 50 EMA. If you can see here, the purple to the blue. What you want to see is that purple above the blue, and when you see those flips, that's usually indication of a nice big move to the upside. So obviously we got this bounce above the 200, cross at the same time, super bullish right there, came back down, tested the 200 moving average on a wick as well as a 20 EMA, and then we had this off to the races move, guys. But currently finding resistance just like these previous times, you know, resistance here. It almost found a bit of resistance there as well, didn't he? Rejection, total rejection. He kind of pushed for it, but rejected twice more. Now we've hit what you got to look at as well. Typically, once you've hit something like this multiple times, it shows there's a strong level of resistance for one. But you know, coming at it for the 4th time, really 5th time if you want to count all of them. You know, we're hoping now we've weakened the barrier, we're breaking through. But what you want to see now, once again, breakout, confirmation, then move. If it does this, and this previous resistance that we've seen here, super strong resistance, becomes support, that's fucking bullish as fuck, man. Like, bullish as fuck. That's what we want to see. We want to see that. We want to see this breakout on DOT now. Maybe find this as resistance, reject off it, come back down, test this, cross that off as support, rally again for this, maybe breakout, come back down, same thing again, test that as support, that previous resistance, and then see a move like that. That would be great for DOT. But DOT is in a very important position at the moment. I didn't realise we were quite there just yet, but we are at that important level for DOT. So that'd be good to see, man. Yo, Jammy boy, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. How's it going, buddy? Good to see ya. So yeah, man, DOT looking very, very nice. You know, it really struggled for quite a while, hasn't it, DOT? It's had these powerful moves when it struggled for ever since that 21st of February, when Bitcoin pulled back. It's just really not been able to get out of that funk and not been able to break that previous high. It's currently testing that again now with a little bit more of a powerful move here. But this is a strong area now of support as well for DOT. So if we do have any major pullbacks, I would have a look at, like, you know, $37 to the $39 area being a real level of where we come back down to test. If we do have any major pullbacks coming, which, well, when we do have major pullbacks. So yeah, currently that's the move we're looking for here. You can see we kind of really had this double bottom here on the wicks, which you can see there, double bottom on the RSI, hidden bullish divergence. Once again, guys, I love RSI divergence as real good indicators of price reversal, or at least short-term price reversal. We saw this double bottom, the same double bottom that we've got here. Price is higher, lower low, higher low, bounce, higher low, lower low, bounce. That's what you want to look for, guys. So if you're on the way up, right, and you're seeing price action like this, right, on your price, but you're seeing this sort of thing on your RSI, that's bearish, okay? Because it's doing the opposite what price is doing. But on the other hand, when you see moves like this and you're coming down, but the RSI kind of does this, that's bullish, right? That's bearish. That's simple little things that you can look for on the RSI, guys, that really are. It really is a good indicator. A lot of people don't like the RSI. And like I say, it's not great for parabolic moves. You know, you can't really see when you're going to get a powerful move out of something, but it is great for price reversals, in my opinion. Like I say, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see increased highs. You know, we could totally reject off this, but it picked out that reversal perfectly there. So that's good. It's still struggling like Ethereum on that breakout. Ethereum's still sitting in that similar sort of price range at $2,072. Really struggling there. But, you know, this is like I say, I'm not too shocked by this. I think if we close above this, which we've got 20 minutes left, we may as well run the stream till 5 just to see what happens. I'm curious to see. Might as well look at it on live, on stream live. So, yeah. Hopefully we see something like this. This is what we want. We want this to close above this purple line. This candle needs to be above here. And then the next candle, we want to see it come back down, test it, and close above it. If we see the next candle close above here and back test this, then I will probably be grabbing myself a nice cheeky long on Ethereum. Bitcoin looks like it's having a little, like I say, we're getting this bearish divergence. Price action seems to be waning off. I think we're going to see a pullback on Bitcoin. Maybe come back and test the 200 moving on the hourly, or just back test this previous trend line on the way up. But like I say, we don't need Bitcoin to be doing any major moves at the moment. We just need Bitcoin just to be trading within its range, really. Just for the entire market, for Bitcoin and for altcoins as well. Excuse me, I think I've got a bit of a hay fever. Let's have a look at, we've had a look at ADA, DOTS, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's have a look at Litecoin, shall we? Let's have a little look at Litecoin. Up just short of 3% today. Just sitting under $209.33 we're sitting at the moment. Let's have a little look. What I should imagine will be pretty much following Big Bro Bitcoin. That's what Litecoin does. Let's get rid of these moves that are projected that I thought might have something happen similar like that. Kind of played the pattern out, but definitely more elongated and less powerful. Order food about 6. Yeah, that's fine by me, Rosie. Right. Yeah, Litecoin's looking really nice, actually, at the minute. Litecoin's looking better than Bitcoin, that's for sure. You know, we can see that we've crossed over bullish on the MACD. We've got positive buying pressure there that looks like it's increasing. RSI looks little bit of a bearish divergence coming in if we don't see a little bit more strength there. But in comparison to the local top, not too bad at all, really. Volume, not great, but then again, it is the weekend, though, if I'm honest. But volume's not spectacular there. Not the worst, but not great. But we're not in breakout territory at the moment. If we can just coast up and then we see some volume around this sort of area, we'll see. But to be fair, if you see, I've marked this up because this was expected. With Litecoin, I've got the daily wick and the daily candle. So this is where our highest daily candle closes, and this is where our highest wick closes, and then obviously the lower. And we've just basically traded within that range now for what? How many days? Let's go off this macro high to where we are. So for over a month, we've been trading within that range now. So large areas of consolidation from Litecoin as well, and showing lots of hidden bullish divergence also on the 4 hourly there, guys. Once again, like I said, you can see this is our low, swing low to our other swing low, higher low, lower low. But if we go off the price action, here's our swing low to our other low. What do you see there that's happening, guys? Opposite, price action going up, RSI is going down. What happens after we have that little bottom out? We have a nice run to the upside. So like I say, once again, the RSI coming in clutch on them sort of things. Price action on the histogram looking nice there as well. You know, at the minute we're just we're pushing for this local top. Really, we've sort of broke out of this local area of resistance here that was kind of in this little small area. There was like this little bit of a yeah, that's just what the fuck. I don't want the rotating one. I just want the rectangle, bro. So like this sort of little area here was a lot of consolidation, had this big breakout, total capitulation, came back down and found support around it. You can see on the 4 hourly though, Litecoin is really staying quite tight to the 200 MA at the moment, which is good actually, because you can see on times where we have quite a lot of confluence for a long period of time with the 200 moving average, we have a pop off, long period, and then we really went into this upward momentum. I think this has been the longest that it's been sitting around that 200 moving average on the 4 hour for a long time. It's been really now, it's kind of been sitting with the 200 moving average for what? Let's go from here to where we are now. 37 days. You know what I mean? Like the last time we saw any sort of period of time where it sat on the 200 moving average like that was back before the run kicked off, which was at 100 days. So, we're talking more than double the amount of time. So let's say we stuck a 400. This is a crude way, we're just trying to find some patterns and trends here beyond the obvious ones. So we saw, what was that there? Sorry, 400%, was it? 500, let's just say 500%, right? Let's say if we have a move from this position again, let's say because it's less than half. Let's be conservative, and let's just say 200%. I'd take you to just short of a $600 Litecoin, which, like I say, I think we're going to see a $500 Litecoin anyway. So, but at the minute, Litecoin looking nice. You could be argued that maybe we are building a bit of a bull flag, bit of a pennant here on the 4 hourly. You know what I mean? I think looking at that nice symmetrical triangle there, typically a price indecision pattern, but we are in a bull market, so I'd hedge my bets and say that we're likely to move to the upside. Like I say, Bitcoin still hasn't done doing what it's doing, so I think maybe we see a move up to the upside here. We reject and confirm this as a downward trend in that sense, make another lower high, and then maybe we pull all the way back down to $180 once again and make a higher low. Maybe we don't even do that. Maybe we just come down to the moving average and then we break out, and then we see the moves to the upside and we play something like that. Or we don't even have such a strong move to the upside here, but we just confirm that the downtrend's broken in that sense, and we start making higher highs again maybe. It's all lining up just perfectly. Like I say, a lot of these coins now, they're looking like they're coming truly into bullish positions at the start of the bullish month as well. We've just gone through typically a bearish month into what is usually a bullish month, and a lot of stuff is set up ready to just have a nice little pop-offs, especially Ethereum. Like I say, like Litecoin looking really nice. So looking better than Bitcoin at the minute, if I'm honest. So yeah, I think we'll see something like that. It makes sense when you look at this consolidation area. We've got a lot of trading around this area, that we do see a move more like this latter move actually, where we get rejection off this downward trend. We pull back, but we make a considerably higher high instead of coming back and making this low off the trend line. We break away from this now as support, and we pull back, and then we just break out, and we turn this downtrend into support then, and then we continue to try and break this lower high here, and then go for the macro top. But like I say, we still haven't hit all-time high on Litecoin, so we've got plenty of moves, guys, to make. And I know a lot of people that Litecoin's dead disagree. I think we'll come back at the end of the year and we'll see that Litecoin's going to have made still got the potential to double itself from here, in my opinion. And I think it will. I think we'll see. I think we'll see a $500 Litecoin, possibly more. Wouldn't be surprised if we see 600. I wouldn't be surprised if we see up to $1,000. I know that's a little bit of a stretch. It is. It is a stretch, because what we're talking at here, what's the market cap on Litecoin? 13 billion. To get to $1,000, we're talking a 5x. Totally possible, man. Totally possible. We'd still have less than $100 freaking Litecoin. We're talking a 50 billion, less than $100 billion market cap. Totally doable in my eyes. You know what I mean? So I'm still super bullish on Litecoin, actually. Still very bullish on Litecoin. I think we're going to see nice. And I think when Litecoin moves, it's going to fucking snap as well. Because it's really looking like it's bottoming out against the Litecoin to Bitcoin price as well, if I remember correctly. Even though it's... I haven't got that... Have we not got that on here? Here we are. It's just I put two... Oh, fuck off. I put two T's, didn't I? So yeah, if you look here, guys, this continuation of the downtrend, I believe we might be bottoming out. We do seem to be rounding off. We're not just snapping up and having these bounces and then continuing. We like here, we seem to be having this gradual round out now, guys. This is why we want Bitcoin to just settle a little bit. You know, we broke above the EMA ribbon there. We finally broke above it. We've got a cross on the EMA as well. This is what we need to sustain now. We need to break above the 200 average, 200 moving average now. You can see we had a cross just here. We broke above, we've rejected, and then we continued the downtrend there. So this is what we're looking for now. We've broke above, we've got this cross, we've got this bearish flip. We're breaking out. We're above the EMA ribbon. But once again, we're getting a little bit of rejection here now. So either we see this continued move like this, and maybe this becomes the bottom, and then we go again, or we do actually have a move to the upside, a quick snap, you know, and we see a really big run off Litecoin, and then maybe a retracement for another run later on in the year, possibly. But I think this month's going to be very bullish for Litecoin personally. Looking good, looking like we're really coming to a point of bottoming out on the Litecoin to Bitcoin chart. So you know, you just got to look at that, man. Look at that. You know what I mean? Previous wick here as well. I know we wicked below, but we got a previous wick there as well. So you know, like we wicked, broke down, wicked again, bounced off it, and now we're at that sort of level now. So this could possibly be our bottom here as well. Like I say, maybe it's not done. Maybe it's not done. Like if we do have that move I'm talking about, maybe we do. We see a move like this, reject off it, continue the downtrend, but bottom out a little bit, and then maybe we break up here, which would be towards the end of the year. To be a little bit late, but it would coincide maybe just as Bitcoin is topping off and Bitcoin starts to have a macro pullback, and then we continue a down price on Bitcoin. That's going to then allow Litecoin to fight against Bitcoin maybe on its little last hurrah. I know it's linked very much to Bitcoin's price action, but maybe like a lot of the altcoins did, just as Bitcoin macro top last market and was in this position, altcoins went fucking parabolic and had some of the biggest moves. So maybe same thing happens this year. I think we'll have something happen before that personally. You know, like these sort of moves where you see this downtrend 2018, and then what you see a move of like, you know, 189%. You know what I mean? Which would, like I said, put us at around about a $500 Litecoin as well. So yeah, still super bullish on Litecoin. DOT at the moment, once again, just having a little look at DOT, still struggling to break this rejection. High level of resistance here though, so if you can break this, bullish as F. Bullish as F, but we might see a breakdown and then another retest over the weekend. Pardon me. But we want to get these out the way, because if we do have a Bloody Monday, we don't want to be in positions of possible new all-time highs, and then Bloody Monday kicks in and we get retracements from them. So I'd like to see a breakout on that today, and I think we should see it. If not, we're getting rejected. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence there, so maybe we do reject off that and we have another go later on today, or possibly tomorrow at some point, or maybe even Sunday just before Bloody Monday, or maybe we don't have a Bloody Monday. Maybe we don't. Rejection here of Ethereum a little bit here. It's having a little bit of pullback. We've got 6 minutes left to close this candle out, I do believe, though. So let's see what happens in the next candle. What I would expect is just to maybe go straight into a red candle, pull back a little bit, then bounce. But, you know, could easily just continue on up, and then we see a later pullback, or it just doesn't even bother about trying to back test that support. But you want to see. That's what you want to see. You want to see, man. You want to see, man. Let's not bother about futures at the minute, because I ain't doing any trading at the minute. I'm going to wait to confirmation on a few things here. ADA, $1.22. DOT just short of $40. That's what we like to see. Uniswap just short of $30 again. Chainlink above $30 now. That's good to see, because Chainlink's been struggling a little bit of late, hasn't it? Had a good little period, but as a, you know, same thing that DOT's been doing, really. Had this real, and ADA really as well. You know, there's very similar action going on, really. We've had these runs and we're just in this consolidation period here, which is great to see. You know, we saw like similar sort of thing from a Link before, but just obviously exaggerated a little bit more. We had this big run up, we had this pullback down, sort of into almost a little mini bear market there for what? The space of 41 days, you know, we had this 60% pullback. So very much then I think people was thinking, that's it, party's over kind of thing. No need to though. But once again, pull back down, broke through, bearish crossover. We saw an almost run back to the 200 moving average. Bounced, of course, rejection once again off the moving averages. Pull back again. Finally, just about broke above the 50 moving average EMA and got ourselves above the 20 EMA as well on the cross. So yeah, collapsed down, had this real nice bounce. Then we had the EMA flip, which shows bullish inclination there, which we continue to have this increase in price. We had this bearish divergence, another pullback again. We bounced off the 50 EMA once again, and then we capitulated a little bit. We kind of like traded in and out of them for a little bit there until we came back down once again to the 200 moving average, which is for so many coins a massive springboard. You want to see that retracement sometimes because it really does give you an inclination. You know, you're going to have a massive fucking bounce. Which you want to see, man. You want to see because that's the sort of moves you want. You know, you want those pullbacks because it's just another buying opportunity. So currently, Chainlink had this top, had a real push here. Little pullback, bounced off the trend, continued to push, really had a second attempt there. We made a higher high, but really, you know, wasn't the most powerful move there. But even though we had a higher high on the price action, look here again, like I say, perfect example of a great indication of a little bit of a price reversal, even if it's short term, you know, higher high, right? What you got? Lower high. And then what do you see? Big pullback, you know what I mean? Would have been a perfect opportunity to short the market there. Obviously risky in bull markets, but, you know, if you'd have shorted there, you could have had a 40% short, depending on your leverage. Obviously, you ain't going to guess the bottom, but, you know, you could have easily got a 25 to 30% short there. Nice. Nice. So, yeah, wicked right down, came back up, and then we've kind of just traded in the EMA band there as well, broke out. Which now we're currently in that situation where we are in a little bit of a breakout. We just need to break, which we kind of have really, haven't we? Break this downtrend here, which we found a little bit. If you just look just there, you know, TA works, man. You know, we've had this rejection. We didn't quite reach it here. We had the bounce, and then we broke out, and we back tested it almost to the dollar on the wick as well. So I'd hazard a guess to say, you know, we've got our bottom here as well. We were in this descending triangle, guys. And I would hazard a guess without even looking. We've got some bearish divergence there. Yeah, bullish divergence, sorry. Which, boom. You can see. Double bottom here. Same price action. We get a lower low on the RSI. And then what do we get? We get a move to the upside. We're currently in this breakout now, which it looks like we've confirmed. Next move now for Link is to move back up to this $34 mark. All being well, obviously, if Bitcoin doesn't shit the bed, I can't see why we don't see a continuation of that price action. Maybe we can see a new short-term trend starting to build. We'll leave that there, come back to it in a day or two and see if it actually respects it. You know, maybe we see a little bit of an action like this, and then we come back down to confirm this as local support, and then we see a sort of move like this, and then maybe we break out, maybe we don't, maybe we fake out, fail, come back down, find some support possibly in a move like this, and then we go for the run possibly. But yeah, Link looking really nice at the mini. Possible trading opportunities to happen. You know, we might see some move to the upside. I think looking at how things are going though, I think we are probably, I don't know, I think we are locally. We're going to see a pullback just to confirm this pattern. I think that'd be bullish. If you could pull back, confirm this local level of support and creating this little upward trend that we see now after this consolidation, and this becomes our trend line for this next run. You know, we could see a new all-time high on Link, which would be nice, because then if we break out here, let's say if we just go maybe off, let's argue a measured move maybe off that ascending triangle, you know, we could see if we do have the breakout a $45, $46 Link before the move's finished. So interesting to see. That's good. That's good. Oh, it looks like DOT just hit $40. We are into the new era now, guys. And what's it fucking done? What's it done? It pulled back a little bit, you know, We wicked out, closed. Oh, actually, we didn't pull back. I thought we'd pull back a little bit. Now it looks like we've closed above. Now we'll see if we're confirming that breakout as well. It looks like that might be happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we say like this, wick pulls back down, flashes red, wicks off, and then goes back into the green to the continuation to the upside. You know, like I was saying, this sort of move, we see something like this, and then we see something like this, and then the move really begins, like, you know what I mean? And is it going to do it? Let's have a look. Let's see if it does. Let's see if it does flick red for a second just to get that wick, or it just closes above. You know, a close above is bullish, but that little back test is just that little bit of extra. Hi, I've got a problem. What's your problem, Rosie? You can't get KFC. I bet that's what the problem is, isn't it? Is that the problem? It's really what we want now. We want this candle to close above, right, for confirmation. Extra little bit if it back tested that. So we've confirmed that the breakout is happening. It's whether it's going to be a continuation to the upside now, which, you know, you could take a long here now. And if the price action does confirm, you know, you're going to get more of a profitable trade. Personally, though, I'd rather lose out on the little bit of percentage-wise that I could gain from going in early and get a winning trade. I'd rather have a bit more confirmation than getting a winner trade and win less. You know, I'd rather be a winner and winning less than be a loser and losing. You know what I mean? So, close above this, I'll probably be going in on a little cheeky long on dot. I typically don't trade dot, but, you know, nothing wrong with trading a breakout, man. Same thing going on for ETH. Closed above. Awesome. That's what we want to see. We've closed above the breakout, and now we are attempting to rally. I wouldn't be surprised, like I say, if we see a red wick down and we are confirming. But this is what I was saying. This is why where a lot of people will make mistakes is they'll see that breakout now and they're like, right, that's it. We're going, and they go long. Do you know what I mean? And hey, might work out. Somebody goes long here, and then the price action does this, you know, and it doesn't confirm, and then it breaks back down and maybe comes all the way back down to test here, or maybe even all the way back down to test this. And because sometimes this might not even be confirming the all-time breakout, it might be just confirming a total close of that downtrend, come back down, test this now as support, and then the move really begins. ETH loves to fake out on all-time highs, guys, and it's shown us how many times it's willing to do it this run. You know, you've only got to go back and look, and the amount of times we've had these all-time high breakouts, and then it's literally collapsed. You know, we think we're about to break out, and then we just have these big pullbacks. You know, breakout, big pullback, breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback into consolidation, big move, breakout, collapse. You know, so just bear in mind, ETH has been a cruel mistress of late. You know, just when you think, right, that's it, guaranteed now, mate, we're going up, and it's like, nah, no. So, possible trade there. Personally, not going to be taking it until I get some confirmation the breakout's confirmed. Dot looking a little bit better, though, if I'm honest, you know. But still, not confirmed just yet. I'll have to wait and see. Maybe confirm it off the hour, maybe, hourly, maybe. Be a good move to see where we're at in the next hour or two instead of going off the 4 hour. But I'm going to wait for this candle close at least the early candle close on both of these breakouts to decide whether it's something I want to go. Like I say, ETH kind of doing what I expect it to do now. What I want to see off the ETH is not a breakdown, pull back, test this, and then the move to the upside. Just like, obviously, how this is, yeah, obviously not like that. This pulls back and then bounces into the green. We see another green candle, pull back, and then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Richard's your brother's mother. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. All right, then. I shorted the shit out of this as well, man. Shit, I wish I'd have left my short in now, bro. I would have had a fat short on that. Fat short, bro. Like, I went short on Filecoin here, and I think I closed my trade here. So it wouldn't have been massive, really, would it? Yeah, it's only 10%, man, so I thought it was more than that. My bad. So, yeah, it was a nice short, actually, that was. But, you know, the market was just screaming to me, man, look at this fucking bearish divergence. You know, after price action like that, you definitely know you're getting a pullback. It's happening. It's happening. That's what the RSI is great for, in my opinion. It's a really good one for getting shorts and getting, like, say, longs on price reversals after dumps. Let's have a look at VeChain, actually. Oh, it looks like VeChain's up a little bit, up 3% as well. I've got a bag of VeChain as well. We'll have a little look at HBAR and RSR as well before I get off, guys, okay? Because I will be live later on playing some Outriders over on Steam, so I don't want to be live too long because I don't want to be burnt out. Okay, VeChain broke out of its downtrend. See, guys, this is what I was talking about. These are the sort of classic little things you want to wait for in terms of confirmation. This here is like quintessential the confirmation you're kind of looking for, you know what I mean? Now, does that mean that it's going to continue up? No, but these are the little things you're looking for in trading that you want to give yourself a little bit of a little bit of extra ammo in. So you can see we had this downtrend. We obviously wicked above here in a little fake out, collapsed, and we're finding resistance continually, even on the wicks, on this downtrend. So it's solidified that this is a downtrend here. This is a level of resistance for the price action continually. Every time it's tried to hit it, it's failed, and it's broken down. And you can see here on this last breakdown, we had this price action here, which, you know, really pushed us into this nice upward movement there as well, which is good to see. We rejected once again, came back down, had another bounce, and now this is like textbook. We've broken out, just like what I say I want to happen with Ethereum and that. We've collapsed back in on ourselves a little bit, wicked below, bounced off the 20 EMA, and then closed right above the downward trend line. So now we've confirmed this previous resistance as support now. So this, in theory, should act as a real nice trend level for support, because it's acted as a super strong, like, resistance becomes support, it's better support. Strong resistance then flips into support, typically becomes a nice, really strong base of support for the price action. So that's good to see. Only issue is now RSI doesn't look spectacular. Price buying pressures waning a little bit on the histogram on the MACD there as well. But at the mini, so far so good. Like I say, it doesn't mean that we have to continue making higher highs. At the moment, we might see ourselves do something like this where we do make a lower low, but we continue above the trend line. And then we see something like this, and then we make this sort of little double bottom where we see a little bit of this action on the RSI, and then we see a move to the upside, like, you know what I mean? That could be a nice little springboard for us to see some local short-term price action to the upside. But at the mini, currently, it's just attempting that bounce off confirmation of breaking the downtrend as well. So that's really good to see, because I've got a nice little bit of VeChain, so I want to see VeChain do some big things. I'd be happy if VeChain could reach 50 cents. Will it reach 50 cents? I don't know. What's the market cap currently? So we're sitting at 5 billion, and we're sitting at, let's say, 10 cents, just to simplify things a little bit. So we need a 5x to get ourselves to 50 cents, wouldn't we? Which would give us a 25 billion market cap, which I think that's totally doable, and I think that's more than likely what we'll be hitting at, because we will be pushing into the if we do get to that, maybe we'll be in the top 10 possibly at that point, maybe. So that would make sense. It's a $25 billion market cap, 30 billion-ish, something like that. Maybe we see $1 and we double to say, let's go up to 50 to 60 billion market cap. I think that might be a bit too much, but Let's just what did Doge get to in the end? If Doge can get to a $14 billion market cap, man, VeChain can get to a fucking $25 billion market cap. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, VeChain has use cases, but that's not everything. So yeah, VeChain looking nice. Like I say, it's broke this downtrend now. We're currently still getting these higher lows. Looking good, man. Looking good. VeChain is looking very nice. You know what I mean? It's It really is. It really is. So yeah. But VeChain has had a lot of upwards action as well. You know, we have got to take that into account, that we've seen a 550%, which is still not that much. It just always looks massive. It's because it's on there early as well, though, isn't it? But like VeChain's movement just does look massive. But you know, it's not that crazy, is it really? Like if it got right off the base, what we're talking here. Still 1,000%, so you know, it's still a decent move there. But I definitely do think plenty of room left to go, man. We're sitting in a $5 billion market cap. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Well, it is, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, right? Like I say, still bullish on VeChain. So far, so good today, man. Like I say, we're coming into April. Well, we are in April. Typically, historically, bullish month. A lot of the coins are looking like they're ready to spring. Multiple coins at potential breakout levels as well. So this is good, man. This is good. H-bar, another one that I'm actually... I've got a decent bag of H-bar, actually. So, yeah. The only negative here, big double top here. Big double top, a higher low on the double top. So far, what we really need to see now on the daily, we need to see a short-term price reversal just to indicate that we're still creating higher lows. So that's a thing that we need to do at the minute. We haven't, on the daily at least, which is good, broke down below the 20 EMA. We have broke down below this trend line that we have. I don't know if we've gone off like a 4-hour trend line here. Why that looks a little bit like that. It looks like we have, yeah. So we broke this previous trend line here as well, which is obviously not very good. We broke down below the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly. Still in a bullish flip at the moment, though, but getting very close to flipping bearish on H-bar. Hopefully, though, this month can shake that out of it. That's what we want to see, because, you know, this has obviously been a bit of a bearish month. We want to see some bullish price action now, which maybe we'll get to see off H-bar. And I still think, you know, we've got plenty of upside movement on H-bar. Talking at just short of a $3 billion market cap. What is H-bar's market total supply now? I forgot what his total supply is. It's something like 100 billion, is it? It's less than that, isn't it, I think? So circulating supply at the minute is 7.9 billion. So it's at quite a low. What's its market cap? No. Here we go. Total supply. Sorry. Total supply is going to be 50 billion. So yeah, plenty of upside. You know, we're not going to all have those coins in circulation at that point, are we? Which is going to cause price dropping. When more, I'm not too sure. Like, I'll have to look into it when it comes to it with the because like H-bar doesn't necessarily run on the typical blockchain system. It's built a little bit differently, isn't it? H-bar. So I'm not too sure. That's one thing I'm not too sure on how it goes when it comes to mining and minting and stuff like that. But 50 billion. Less than a $3 billion market cap. That is very good. That gives us plenty of movement for the upside. But at the moment, we're just talking about how so far we haven't really seen anything that's not exactly bullish. This isn't... I wouldn't say we're in a bearish position just yet, but we're definitely not bullish at the moment. But I believe that we're going to shake that off. I do think we're going to see a little bit of a shake off in terms of that. Saw a little bit, a tiny bit of a bullish divergence there. You can obviously see here when we're on this big run here, this previous last run, that it was going to break down. Obviously, hindsight's great, but you can see the reduction in buying pressure. You can see the reduction in the strength on the RSI. We're continuing to get to lower highs, even though we're getting higher highs on the price. So yeah, this is our really now. This is our level to break this trend line now. It's hard to really say that we've got any good, strong support, but really this is all we can try and go for now and look back in the next day or two, really, with H-bar. Really what we want to see short term to make sure that we're not seeing any major down price, which I really don't want us to see, because I did buy DCA'd again into H-bar at around about 39 cents. So my last DCA into H-bar I'm down on, but obviously that's what your dollar cost average, because then if 70% of your purchases in a particular coin are still profitable and only the last 30% of purchases are negative, then, you know, you're a lot more confident in holding on, aren't you? Because you're still profiting overall. But yeah, we want to see something like this now on H-bar, is some continued higher lows and then hopefully get into the space of making some higher highs. We want to make some higher lows now. That's the next step. So far, so good. We are currently rejected on the hourly just off the 200 moving average, haven't we? In the last couple of hours, which are now falling back below the EMA ribbon as well. We're now back below the 50 EMA. We need to get back above that now. Like I say, if we can see a little bit of price action like I'm talking about, or even maybe if we do see this pull the way back down to here, and then we get into this sort of this movement, like I say, of creating higher lows, and then we can work on creating some higher highs over the next few days. But at the minute, all we need now is H bar to create this pattern, and then we'll be back into looking bullish. Like I say, I think if we can do something like this over the next day or two, bullish. But the way H bar moves, you know, we could easily see a similar sort of thing like this, where, you know, we create a little bit of a high and then we just snap straight out of it and we go parabolic. H-bar really does like to have some parabolic movement. So, yeah, at the minute though, H-bar looking the weakest out of everything we've looked at. Let's have a little look at RSR as well. This is another project that I'm super bullish on. Down just under 2% on the last 24 hours though. Currently sitting at 8.7 cents. My last DCA into RSR as well as at 9.9 cents. So last two projects for me, not looking spectacular, but still bullish as heck on them. Let's have a look on the daily with RSR, shall we? So yeah, you can see we made these lower highs. We're still continuing to make higher lows as well, so that's really good to see. Current really not showing any, like, we're not showing any hidden bullish divergence or any real bearish divergence. Really, if anything, maybe a tiny bit of bearish divergence. We're currently just below the zero line on the histogram regarding selling pressure. We've got a negative crossover on the MACD on the daily as well, so that's not great. But maybe I think maybe we see a continued little bit of a downward push, maybe till we bounce off the 20 EMA. And then we see a little bit of a springboard of a continuation to the upside. Maybe we see a little bit of something like this. We come back down. This becomes support along, because by then the EMA will be around about here. We bounce off it, and then if we can break this, we see a little move like this, and then off to the races possibly. Obviously, all dependent on what the rest of the market's doing and Bitcoin's doing. But even though that doesn't look spectacular at the moment, I do think we're going to see a bounce off the 20 EMA on the daily. Currently, just on the 4 hour though, we're just about to test the 20 SMA, aren't we? The smooth moving average. So if we can find some support here and then bounce back above the 20 exponential moving average, that's good. On the 4 hourly, we do have. We're not really made any bullish divergence there, have we? We do have some hidden bullish divergence on the hourly, at the 4 hourly though, over a longer period of time. Not massive amounts, but it's there. You know, you could even go from here, you know, this low here, which obviously you can see is lower than this low, but the RSI is showing the opposite. Doesn't always mean that's going to fulfill, but when it comes to price swings, at least, RSI is great for that. We've seen this little bit of a reduction in the selling pressure for it to again to kick in a little bit more again. We still haven't in any way flipped bullish at the minute short term on RSR. Long term though, like I say, we are making these higher lows still. That's good. We're still continuing to sit above our EMA ribbon as well, so that's really good to see. So yeah, I'm still looking at RSR, looking positive. It's just it's a little bit weak at the minute. Well, yeah, this is probably going to be a level of resistance. I know some people hate the fibs, but let's put this in, right? And then we'll come back and look at this over the weekend and see if this does actually, you know, become a little bit of a situation like this, where it does actually turn out to be resistance and then it's broken. Because that'll give us a strong move to then maybe break this local high and then maybe attempt another go at this 10 cents mark as well. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, some coins looking really good, man. Link looking really nice here. Broke this downtrend beautifully, confirming we want to see continued price movement to the upside here. It looks like once again, guys, it was strong resistance for DOT. It has been rejected off that previous high that we have just there. So we're gonna have to have another go, guys. We're gonna have to have another go. It doesn't mean now that we don't see this pull back, but I think we're probably going to see a little bit of rejection here. Let's whip out the fib again, man. We'll try a bit more of a macro move there. We'll go off this swing low to our high. That'll give us some level of, if we do have a big pullback, we maybe see $32. I don't think we're going to see that. Personally, I don't think this is going to be a big rejection at all. If it even fulfills as a rejection, bear in mind, still got 3 hours. and 40 minutes left of this candle, guys. So, you know, this could be our wick down and we continue up. It doesn't mean that it's over for that. Let's go off this let's go off what initiated this small term move. So, you know, that looks a little bit more likely that becomes the case, that we do see a little bit of a pullback, maybe all the way down to it, and then we wick straight back up and come out. But that would be a bit of a bearish engulfing candle there, really. We'll have to see. But as of now, DOT is getting rejected off this previous local high. Not the all-time high, but like this secondary local high that we attempted to rally off the previous high. So currently, rejection for DOT. It looks like ADA is still not able to break down that downward trend as well. It looks like, yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is what we wanted for ETH, though, guys. This is exactly what we wanted for ETH. If this does close like that, look at that. Look at that. To the fucking dollar, nearly. You know what I mean? To the dollar. This is what I was talking about when it comes to these confirming breakouts, guys. You know what I mean? You could have gone long there, and then a lot of people, what they do is they go long there, they see this pullback, right, and then panic, and they'll just close the trade. You know what I mean? You don't want to be making trades like that. You know, you might be breaking equal. Maybe 2 cents you've made, which after charges and fees, you're probably like a quarter of a cent less. You know, you don't want to be opening trades if you're not profiting. I'm really just wasting your time at the end of the day, aren't you? So yeah, like I say, ETH kind of doing exactly what we want it to do. Exactly what we want it to do, guys. It's broke out. It's getting this rejection. It's getting this pullback. It's testing the level of a price level here, this previous all-time high as support. That's fucking bullish, man. We just need this to close above. Now, this needs to close above. Use the wick as resistance. Like I say, if we even close in like with a red candle, totally still fine, and then we break, and then we see something like that, or we go into a green candle. And once again, I would like to see us to double back down and double test this. So then, if this does this, you know, you've got some really strong support. Then it's an all-time high previous. That's strong resistance. Turn it into support. You're talking super strong support, man. Especially if you do it twice. You know what I mean? So good to see from Ethereum, guys. Really good to see from Ethereum. It's actually doing what I want it to do for once. Well, for a long time now. It's been a right little bitch, but still doesn't mean that we don't fake out and we do come back down, and we maybe see something like this where we come back down and this becomes support, and then we have another go. Totally possible. But I'd hope now that we confirm that this is a breakout, and we turn it into support, man. So looking good, looking very, very good. Anything else that we need to take a look at? So we've looked at RSR, we've looked at HBAR, we've looked at ADA, we've looked at DOT, we've looked at Litecoin, we've looked at Chainlink, we've looked at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Is there anything else that we can look at that I'm thinking of? We looked at VeChain, didn't we? What else? Let's actually look at FET, and we'll look at Engine as well. So FET is just up 0.4%. Well, no, it's down. Looks like it's continuing its to find support in the upward trend on the 4-hourly. Had this little bit of a breakdown here. It's a little bit of a fake out though. It's finding support on the 50 exponential moving average there, which that's good to see. If we can confirm that we're not breaking back below the ribbon, and then we can see a sort of bounce and get above this 20 EMA, and maybe continue to keep above on the 20 as well, keep this bullish flip. But, yeah, man, still looking quite nice, actually. Fetties had this big pullback after its rejection on this all-time high at 87 cents. So that's a thing. But what is the market cap on FET at the minute? It's still tiny, man. FET's $500 million market cap. So there's still, like, massive price potential on FET. These guys are coming from Cambridge, aren't they? So still, even though it's had insane freaking gains, guys, like, you know, still real potential to see some incredible gains. Like, even if we double in price from where we are, we're talking $1 billion market cap. You know, that's insanely small, guys, still. And it's a good project as well. Good fundamentals, good team. Like I say, perfect position for a real good bull run here as well. Like I say, you know, we could see a 4x on FET and still only have a $2 billion market cap. You know what I mean? Like, if we 10x'd FET from now, $5 billion market cap, 20x, 10 billion. I know that's, you're starting to get a little bit what's there, but 20x from here, and we still only have a $10 billion market cap. You know? It's definitely doable. I do still think we're going to see, I personally think we're going to see a $3 FET, if I'm honest, this run. Possibly a $5. So definitely looking to probably increase my bags on FET, if I'm honest. I haven't been able to at the moment. I've got the cash to, but I've already bought my DCAs and my dips this month. I bought some FET. I bought some engine. I bought some more RSR. I bought some more HBAR. So this is the strategy I'm sticking to. Now, I could FOMO and be like, you know what, stuff it, let's just get some more money, but I'm going to stick to it. Hopefully, I can buy another dip and DCA as we continue on the way up. But if not, it's no big deal. It's not one of my biggest bags, but at the end of the day, you can't win every pump, man. You're just going to be FOMOing every freaking coin at that point, guys. You know what I mean? You've got to get to a point where you're like, right, I've got enough now, and I'm going to continue to work on them. Or maybe sell some projects that are not doing so well for you, or you feel you've got enough out of them, and then move them into that other thing, you know what I mean? Because, of course, if you could buy every single crypto out there, and you had enough money to put enough money into every single one to do so, you're going to make good money. But, we most of us don't have that luxury that we can do that, and it's not a very efficient way to invest at all. You want to increase your holdings in things that you really believe are going to have some serious movement. So currently, Engine sitting at $2.47. I did buy the dip on Engine. I bought it $2.04. So I'm currently up on Engine at the moment. Engine's one of them ones I was gutted at. I was going to buy Engine at 60 cents. But I didn't really look into the coin at all. Now I've looked into it. Obviously, I really like the project. But I was going to buy Engine at 60 cents. And I just talked myself out. It was like, nah, that's all right. I've got things I'm looking at. And then I looked at Engine when it was at $1. And I was like, oh, man, I might buy some Engine. I could have already doubled my money. You know what I mean? Almost. And I was like, nah, actually, it's had a decent run now. Because I hadn't really bothered looking into it. We'd had what was a percentage run, which is still small, really, in terms of all run. We'd seen 1,000% run by then. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, that's a bit much, maybe. Maybe I should stay out of that one. And then from that, we went up another 119%. So, in the space of me deciding not to invest in Engine, it went from 60 cents to just over $3. So, yeah, I was a little bit miffed at that. So I must admit, I did FOMO buy Engine. It was purely on a FOMO buy, and then research, and then was more happy with my investment. But we're human, I'll never lie to you guys. I did FOMO that one. So yeah, and I'm still confident that we're going to see upwards. We're talking a $2 billion market cap on Engine. Got really lots of potential in the NFT space and in the digital game space and all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see anywhere between a $4 to $10 market cap, billion-dollar market cap on Engine, which is obviously double where it is now at a minimum. So we could see a $5 to possibly a $10 Engine coin, personally. A little bit more this, and FET a little bit more, or should I say less conservative on my price targets, just because they're such small market caps. And small market caps, even without fundamentals, which these do have, can have those just fucking explosions, because the market cap's so small and there's so much headroom to work with, you know what I mean? Especially if you're talking smaller supplies of coins as well. What is the supply of Engine? Let's have a look. So circulating supply is 834 million. And it's a bit, oh man. Yeah, so yeah, lots of potential upside down for Engine. Lots of potential, actually. So yeah, market cap is at a decent place. Circulating supply, total supply, fundamentals, lots of potential for big gains on Engine, actually. We should have got in earlier, really do. But, you win some, you lose some. What I'll be doing is we'll see what happens with this entire space, the NFT, the digital game space in blockchain technology, see if it actually really does take off. This year is going to be the tester bed for it. When we go into the bear market, this is probably something that I'll be looking at, or other crypto coins that come out in that space. I definitely am going to be looking at blockchains integrating into video games and purchasing of digital assets and NFTs and stuff within video games. I think NFTs for video gamers especially, we like that those really rare things in video games, don't we? It's a marriage made in heaven, man. They've just got to make it so it's not a ridiculously expensive, it's safe, it's efficient, and yeah, I think NFTs in video games could be massive, because at the end of the day, a lot of NFTs, apart from if you're an art collector, at the moment, of course, are I know people are doing things with training and stuff, but it's more of if you're a collector of art and you can enjoy that you own a piece of art that everybody can technically own in the sense that they can display it if they want to, but they don't own the rights to it, which is what it's all about. It's like owning a Mona Lisa, isn't it? I can own a Mona Lisa. I ain't got the real Mona Lisa though, and that's where it comes into. That's the whole thing with NFTs. But I am way more so, and as a person who mints NFTs, I'm talking. I am not a person who's like, "Whoa, I want to buy that NFT," but definitely if I can be playing a video game and I can purchase a skin in a video game, there's like, say there's 500 of these skins and there'll only ever be 500 of these skins, and it's not like the company is has got so much freedom to just create more. They'd have to mint more on more NFTs, but I just think that it would be better for them to not do that, to create collections. If you have a collection come out, just take Fortnite for example. You see the hype that comes with new skins. Just imagine if each month Epic launched new skins and there was only 5,000 of those skins and there was NFTs, and when they're gone kind of thing. They'd be snapped up like that, and people would be willing to pay more than fucking $20. They'd be paying 50, 100. And I'm not saying we want to get down that space in terms of cost, but you could have rarity levels on gear, how you have it obviously in gear in gaming in terms of digital assets, and you can have price ranges where if you want something where there's 10,000 of them, it costs you this much, 5,000, obviously a bit more. When you get down to like maybe they do items where they sell like 5 or 1, you know what I mean? And it's not a case of you buying it, you win the NFT and stuff like that, and it becomes incredibly valuable then on a secondary market, like in CS:GO. You know what I mean? Like that's the potential in my eyes when and obviously way more than that from people who are much more clever than I am, but just simple, bargain basement things thinking. I think like NFTs in gaming are going to be massive, so it's definitely a thing to look at, man. I think it's going to be one of the spaces where it really takes off. I think art will be the thing that gets all the news when people are selling pieces of art for millions of dollars. But I think where it's really going to make its butter, where it's really going to freaking become a thing is in the gaming space. It's built for it, innit? Really, it's like the match made in heaven there. So interesting to see what happens in the NFT space and gaming. So yeah, definitely going to be looking into that stuff. Going to be looking more into that Atari coin and looking into like the Decentraland and all that sort of stuff. Not something I want to play. I looked at that Decentraland. It looks a bit shit, but it's the basis. We're starting. We've got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And I think over the next 5 to 10 years, I think there's going to be some big games built on blockchain technology that's going to be like, the next fucking COD or Fortnite or something. I do genuinely think that we're going to see some big moves in video games in the blockchain in the coming years, and there's going to be a big hype game that's in that ecosystem, and there's going to be real tangible, profitable benefits from playing the game. Just think that when you get paid from streaming Fortnite, or you get paid from being a pro at Fortnite, just imagine if you can be that good in a game that's in a blockchain ecosystem, that the things that you're getting and achieving in-game can then be sold to other people for massive amounts of cash. So I'll be really interested in the future for gaming and NFTs. I need to check out that, what is it, Neon... it's a Neon RPG or something. I forgot what it's called. It's like a turn-based roguelike RPG, I think, that I wanted to check out. Just to check out, like, what I mean? Some of the games are not really my thing, but I'm definitely willing to support base levels of that sort of stuff, because I love crypto from the money, but the idea of decentralization and blockchain technology goes massively for financial system, but it goes beyond that. It goes into everything. It goes into all of the systems, social media, things like YouTube, gaming stuff, server side stuff, and that, decentralization, all that sort of stuff could bring so many. There's obviously security issues which we need to iron out, which I think over the coming years in the spaces of DeFi and NFTs and all that sort of stuff will be ironed out. But I think once that's done, the future's bright, man. I think in decentralization and blockchain. I've been playing one called Nine Chronicle. I think that's one I think I might have heard. And it's on crypto for in-game currency, decentralized open source items, in-game NFTs. It's fun. So, yeah, like that's like there's so much and obviously people who got way more creativity and smarts to be able to think, well, what if we did this, and it becomes the next big thing. But I do think it's going to happen, and I think gaming is going to be gaming, even though art's been the start for NFTs, I think gaming is going to be where it really lives. I do. Lots of potential for Game of Short. Definitely agree, dude. I think gaming has got a real benefit to taking. I think there's so many applications in life that, like, for me, blockchain technology is not going to allow us to do things that maybe it will. I don't think it's going to necessarily allow us to do things that we couldn't do. It's just going to allow us to do things that we can do now faster and more efficiently and hopefully cheaper. And to, like say, with it being decentralized, there's not one entity manipulating everything to benefit just them. You know what I mean? I'm just like, that's business, isn't it? Like, and we get that. I'm fine with that. But the idea, just imagine being able to be part of the capitalist market, because I'm a capitalist at the end of the day, but it to be democratic and fair and free, like that's for me, blockchain is the epitome of free market capitalism, because the capitalism that we live in now, let's face it, it's not free market, is it? You know what I mean? We've seen what happened with the Wall Street bets, and we've seen that when the people who benefit from the system are really pushed against the wall, the system comes together to protect them, doesn't it? But this is why younger people and our generation are creating this new market where, you set it, you build it, and you set it off to sale, and you just watch it like a proud father, and you have no control over it, and the community controls it, and it's so exciting, man. It's so exciting, like I say, not just for financial, but for so many applications in life, and I just can't wait, man. I'm really, really excited about it. But like I say, let's have a little look at ETH before we bail, guys. ETH doing exactly what I wanted to do there. It has broke out, back-tested to the freaking dollar, might I add, that previous high. We haven't closed just yet, so it could be a fake out. We might see a pullback here. Don't freaking go long or anything just yet, personally. What I'm going to be waiting for, I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for at least the hourly candle to close after this one. We got a good close there. I want to see this candle close, and then we'll see what happens, which we've only got 20 minutes left on that close to see what happens, and then I might go long myself personally. So yeah, man, market's looking decent on a lot of coins, some not so strong, but overall everything that I'm pretty much carrying some sort of a bag for is all looking very good, if not breaking out. So I'm happy chappy. But I'm going to bugger off now, guys, because my throat is getting a little bit sore. I'm going to go and have some food, because I think we're having some KFC, which I haven't had for ages, so I'm looking forward to that. And, yeah, I'll be live a little bit later, in about a couple of hours, and we'll be checking out Outriders. But we'll be doing it over on Twitch, okay? Because I'm gonna keep this separate for the crypto, and Twitch purely for gaming. So if I don't see you later, guys, maybe I'll see you over the weekend at some point. And if I don't, have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Don't work too hard. And hopefully, if you're in crypto, all your bags explode and you get tendies everywhere. And yeah, if I don't see you over the weekend, I'll see you in the week, guys, because I'm going to be ramping up content again now, because I'm in a lot better position time-wise and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, anyway, I'll be doing more stuff. All right, guys, thank you very much for hanging out, man. I really do appreciate it, Mike. Appreciate you hanging out. Everybody else in the chat as well, if you're still there, guys, appreciate you hanging out as well. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. All right? Thank you very much. Bye-bye now. And as always, if you haven't already, drink your water, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening, or the night. Stay safe and have fun. I've got to get that in there, guys. All right, bye.